Yeah, what's up, guys? Back at it again. Welcome to the show, everybody. Freak bitches. What's up, freak bitches? Huh? I always got a Dolomite in me. Yeah. Ain't nobody want to hear the Dolomite though.
No.
That's the thing. What are we on, man? What is this?
This is episode 19.
Is it 19? Oh, that's right.
This is 19.
Last week we were
legal.
we were
legal.
18
Now
and
we're
legal.
trying to find
Ooh,
ourselves.
but yeah, no.
These are prime cups.
It's been a hot one, dude. Today it was kind of
Yeah.
warm. Hey, where were you at on Saturday, dude? Or Sunday?
Who, me?
Trying to find
Ooh,
ourselves.
but yeah, no.
These are prime cups.
It's been a hot one, dude. Today it was kind of
Yeah.
warm. Hey, where were you at on Saturday, dude? Or Sunday?
Who, me?
Yeah, no, you got an owl in your pocket? Yeah, you.
You know what? Honestly, I don't remember day to day. Like, they all blend together. I've been off for so long that it's crazy. What's today? Today's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Monday was Memorial Day.
More.
Right there's fine.
Okay.
And then Sunday, what did I do? I don't even know what I did Sunday.
We had a rager on Sunday.
You did?
Just kidding, wasn't a rager.
Not a
I didn't
rager,
do
but
much.
it was a. We're training for the next rager, or for the rager.
We were training for the midsummer.
Oh, was it here?
Yeah.
Nice.
The midsummer
Nice.
shindig,
Shindig, okay.
as the kids would say.
I'm
so,
ready.
Speaking of summer,
speaking of summer,
drink.
Oh,
That's right.
I love it.
Ciroc
Good shit.
apple.
Ciroc apple.
Wow.
Let me tell you a little about Ciroc apple.
I just got a manicure today. Can you cut that for me?
Nice,
I made
You get the gloss too?
I made a lot of money at Sevilla with those selling those bottles.
The
Really?
Cirocs.
Mm-hmm.
How much were you guys selling?
How much would they sell, or how much would I sell it for?
How much? I see.
So I brought Ciroc apple.
Nice.
Okay.
Mix it with Sprite
Oh, yo,
This is a
listen.
good combination.
or cranberry,
Both of them actually.
Both actually.
or both of them at the same time,
Cocktail.
Yeah, that's tight. That's
or club soda if you want to.
that's a good one.
I actually
Give it a little
threw it all in
fuzzy.
there.
You remember? I think I bought one of these one time. We went to spring training, and I downed in the car, Christian. Yeah, before
What, the whole bottle or the little?
it was
the,
the
It's that
little
good.
one. It was
Yeah, I
like
know
the
what you're
350, the 350
It
one.
hits though.
And yeah, they got me pretty
pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see
Pretty
that bottle.
lit.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, dude.
Thanks, man, for bringing
Oh,
the
tell me
summer
when.
drink.
No.
Oh, I was. No, I'm serving.
All right, go for it.
Is there ice in there?
Yeah, there's
Tell
ice.
me when.
Funny thing too, I bought
Yeah.
some liquor today too,
Really?
and then Christian rolled up. Holden, Christian. My brother,
Oh,
this
okay.
guy.
I thought you said Christian Brothers.
No. He rolled up. I was like, oh dang, what the heck? You got? I saw some ice. I was like, ooh.
Mhm.
Okay, well.
The good cranberry too. This has the bite in it.
So if we roll through this, I got some more.
Oh, word.
Oh, okay.
Because I think we might roll through.
I think
No,
so.
we seriously. I don't know if we have a problem or are these bottles getting smaller. I think the bottles are, like products are getting smaller. I think the bottles are getting smaller.
It's like a 740 now instead of a
Yeah.
750.
Our livers are getting older.
I
We
don't
can
know.
consume more.
Mine's getting better.
I just upped my life insurance. I'm good.
Let me see that.
Mine's
Sprite.
getting stronger as we speak. Over the weekend, it was like it quadrupled in size. By the way,
What food is good for your liver?
what food?
Carne
Yeah,
asada, eh?
like what?
Carne asada.
Robitussin.
Robitussin.
No, like if you think about it, like they say
Vicks.
carrots for your eyes.
Yeah.
Um,
I want to say
something for your blood, like liver for your blood.
Milk thistle.
milk thistle is the #1 supplement
That's a
for
real
your
thing?
for your
Milk
Yeah, just pill
thistle?
form, yeah.
yeah
Milk thistle.
for your
Like thistle?
liver
Like Snoop.
thistle
Yeah, if you want to get a little
fizzle. If you want to
You
get
know,
the
What is
feel
that?
like
twisty
Like a
twist
root?
on it.
It's a root.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's weird, huh?
Yeah, I never.
It's from
like,
the earth.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Cheers,
Interesting.
guys.
Cheers.
I'm pretty
Cheers.
up on
Don't say everything because you're not.
not
By
everything.
the way.
Well, I don't. I mean, I know that I don't know everything, which means I'm up on everything.
This drink is just, as the kids say, smacking.
Dang,
Is that
it's
what they say?
smacking.
No, I said that not too long ago, and Jacob, my 15-year-old, told me, Dad, they don't say that no more.
Oh yes, they do.
I
son.
was like, what? What do they
Sit
say?
Yo.
And what did he say? It wasn't that. Let me think of the word he said. I can't even keep up with these damn kids.
Slamming?
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, like I listened to a conversation from some kids, and it's like I'm already at that age. I know 80% of what they're saying. I have no clue what they were saying.
20%'s out the window.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't even make sense.
I'm gonna think of the word he
That's unfortunate.
He wanted to replace it with, or he
are
replaced
you?
it with.
You're up?
I'm always up.
Oh, okay.
I gotta be up.
Give us.
Oh no, it was. I'm sorry, fire. I said this is fire.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, Dad, we don't say that.
Oh,
we
yeah.
say smacking.
Yeah. Fire's on the brink, bro.
Yeah,
How is
exactly.
smacking better than fire?
That's not better. That's
I
just
guess.
what they use.
That's
Better is what you
they
what comes
need
out
to
of your
work on
mouth,
their
or
creativity.
what you think. Yeah.
Well,
Because I can think of 5 other words that are better than smacking right now. It's
Go.
ridiculous.
Shot time.
Slamming, dope,
4, 5,
Old.
delicious.
6,
old.
7. That's a shot. That's a shot.
Yeah. That none of the pressure was on, and I was
That was
describing
warm up.
one thing.
But
maybe later on.
But you said you could, so.
I could. I never said how fast.
Oh,
Could
there's a
eventually
clause.
say them.
that's so
It'll
old
eventually
school
get up.
phrase.
But yeah, okay. So give me something that like you're up on that we're probably not up on.
Let's
With
see.
vocab?
Yeah, like
Oh,
slang.
I call him right now.
I don't know. Yeah, you probably have to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I see it all over the internet on like
What's the newest thing
My
you've
meme
heard
shit.
that's slang? That, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like the newest one that I've heard was probably
Oh man,
John.
like a
J
creep.
A W N.
Oh yeah, that's old, bro.
Like a
Yeah,
creep?
but like I never use that.
Like
no,
a
like
creep?
no,
Oh.
I think it's like
It's
a
a thing.
friend?
It's just a thing.
John.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
John
it's just
is
a thing.
dope. Like a thing. Yeah.
It's
I was
just
like, what? I thought it was a southern thing.
If
but I
you-
heard
well,
someone
if you
Does
need
it
to-
have to
if
do
you-
with something with
if you-
prostitution?
no.
No.
That's a JOHN.
A John.
Yeah, it's the same.
No, John.
John.
Like a
You said the
W.
same thing.
JAWN.
Yeah.
J
John.
A.
Yeah, right?
Jesus,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
not spelling
Oh,
it
yeah.
right. I was like,
Oh,
Y'all sound really
like
old
John
right now.
N. I know, right?
So how do you spell the
John.
restroom? John. Like I gotta hit
How
the
do you-
John.
No.
No.
J-O-N.
Oh, that's JOHN, right?
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a good
no.
question.
John is like that
J-O-N.
joint. Like that joint was fire. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Or if you ate something,
Yeah.
I could be murdering this word right
Yeah.
now.
No,
but
no,
like
you-
John. That was the newest one I heard
John.
out here.
Yeah,
I thought it
that's-
was like I'm saying it John, but it's like John.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
real
Yeah.
urban. That
Yeah.
followed us from like
was
like
like,
a Philly or something.
Yeah.
This drink is delicious.
It is.
is.
Some of this.
The one I can't stand right now is they say bruv, BRUV. That's stupid. Shut
Why
up.
would you fuck up, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
That's-
gotta
that's
think of one.
messed
I
up.
don't like that. But yeah, no, they're all over my Instagram. Like they got these little kids trying to keep up and shit.
Yeah, and all the little comment slang too.
All right, guys.
Oh, all the acronyms.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah, there's all kinds of
I mean,
acronyms.
there's no limit to the key or the words you can put in a post. This isn't Twitter. Like stop.
It'd be different if we were still
Yeah.
texting and using T9.
Oh my God.
Then
Tina,
you
yeah.
could use like acronyms like crazy. But
I felt important when I would type something with T9. And then you could do it fast.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I was
Were
like,
you a
that's just
T9er?
I like T9. Yeah.
you
I was
like it?
definitely- Yeah, the Razor. Everyone
Yeah.
had a Razor
Yeah.
that had T9.
You loved
Yeah.
the T9, huh?
T9
What was your
dope.
favorite phone back in the day?
Ooh,
I know
I'm gonna
mine.
be an asshole.
I know mine.
I already know mine too.
I don't know the name of it, but
And I
it was
wish I still
the
had it.
first smartphone out here. And every time I described it to someone, this was before smartphones were a thing. It was a Nokia something.
Mm-hmm.
People would say the same thing over and over. What has my phone done? Because they didn't know what smartphones
Oh yeah,
were.
yeah.
Oh, you had a Nokia smartphone?
Yeah, it was a Nokia.
Oh,
It
whatever
was.
was
It ran Windows.
Mm-hmm.
It had a pretty good amount of memory. It was a bar phone,
Yeah.
and that was probably hands down my favorite.
It was like the 28 something, huh?
I-
Yeah. Mine was the Sidekick, dude.
You
That
love
was
that
dope
thing. You
ass
did have.
phone.
I never had a
Man,
sidekick,
that thing
man.
was tight.
It's like a switchblade.
Super tight because it was like the first one. Oh, first of all, it flipped out.
Yeah,
So
it
you-
didn't flip out. It rotated.
Yeah,
and
true,
flipped
true,
out.
true.
Yeah,
It was dope.
It was kind of cool. I didn't want to catch on to
Yeah,
that
slide it.
fad, bro.
But the thing was, what was the best thing about it was the keyboard.
Oh, the keyboard
Because
was-
okay,
course,
because
of
you had
course.
that
Not use
keyboard.
2 fingers.
Yeah, but it was large enough because I have bigger hands. But it was large enough to accommodate where it felt good, and then
Right.
like
Small
the
enough.
keystrokes.
Right, and
like,
it had a little scroll.
It had, but it had some depth to it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like typing on the glass.
yeah.
You had some actual feel to it, so it was really cool. You got
Did I
some
have a
response.
sidekick? I'm
So
pretty sure I
that's
had a
what made it
sidekick.
cool, and it was had like a cool rubber touch.
Yeah.
It was tight, and then it had cool little graphics. You'd use that little aim, get your little aim messenger dude going.
It did have a lot of color graphics on it.
Yeah,
It did. It was a
about you?
hype moment, but it was good. I was in the industry at the time
Yeah.
with a competitor. It was a
Right.
T-Mobile exclusive for the
Right.
sidekick.
Yeah.
So
That's I
anytime-
had to switch.
So anytime,
you
you
had
had to
to-
get
Yeah, I
a
had to
sidekick,
switch,
yeah.
yeah.
Mobile.
So anytime I
That's
saw
why I
a
got
person
rid
with
of
a sidekick, I already knew, like, hey, I already knew their
Yeah.
financial situation. You know what I mean?
I actually got
No,
two.
No,
like-
because
I got two lines
this-
for the price of
Okay.
one.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about something
Yeah.
different because I was in the industry, bro.
Yeah.
And I had the
Mm.
8125. Remember that one
Mm.
slide out?
8125.
The
big old-
keyboard,
the big old brick.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
had to
this big.
style it. It was huge. It was
like
huge.
this big iPhone.
Who made that?
HTC.
That's
Oh,
right. I
they
remember
make
that.
some
8125.
good phones. Yeah.
And I remember I messed it up like the first week I
Yeah.
got it. It fell out my pocket and rolled
I
like
think I remember this.
25 yards, like on the
Had
concrete.
scuff on it.
Just leave
And it had a
Sleeping.
big old scuff on it, and it was bad. But I say the T-Mobile, how I used to see girls outside, like we'd be at the bar,
Yeah.
and I'll see their T-Mobile, and I was like, I'm not talking to her.
Oh dang! Look at her phone. Look at a sidekick.
I remember this. This is like in the Rocks days.
And then Jonathan, I don't know, I was on one, dude, and there was a group of girls, and I was just like, you're an AT&T girl,
Mm.
you're a Sprint girl,
Mm.
T-Mobile girl over here.
Yeah.
I remember, and she
John-
got pissed.
And, and nobody had
around.
Verizon unless you're from
Oh,
OC,
Exactly. And you pick out the
from Irvine.
the one that looks like they have the most
What's
money. Oh, she
funny
must be Verizon.
That
Yeah,
was a
exactly.
meme before it was a meme.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
now you see it all over, but like y'all did that way back then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
The I remember I used to have like Palm Pilots that kind of ran windows on there.
Trio.
Oh, the
Yeah.
trio. There you
Trio,
go.
Yeah.
There you go. Is the trios
Oh, those were
and the
fucking
Palm.
huge. PDAs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or,
But it was cool because it had a bigger screen than the.
No, Palm Trio. Yeah.
yeah. But they weren't phones though, right?
Yeah.
They were like
Yeah,
the
they were
PDAs.
phones.
Yeah.
They were smartphones.
Yeah.
More PDAs.
Okay,
that one
yeah.
had a cool little keyboard too.
Right.
That one had a
Little
nice
Did you
little
like
touch.
that?
Yeah, because it's got some
Uh,
give. It's got that response.
But
You
the
know
sidekick
which
was
is
untouchable at the time.
untouchable.
Yeah,
yeah.
Untouchable.
Well,
Like I wish I could get one.
I take my phone.
I
Besides
think I can.
HTC
the
8125,
black.
in my
I
opinion.
take my phone back. The BlackBerry.
Which one?
The bar side scroll OG BlackBerry.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
three
Like the size of your
upgrades
palm?
into.
Yeah.
It was
wide.
A little bit, yeah.
It was wider, huh?
A little bit wider. but it had that
8800.
Dude, it was sick.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, there you
8800.
go.
It had 80,
That was sick.
8800,
With the,
8820 maybe.
That
With the
was
black and white
short-lived,
screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty. I hated it.
Because
I hated
iPhone
the
came out
software.
and like killed everything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
If you didn't have an iPhone, it was like,
Yeah.
dude, what
That
are
thing
you
was so
doing?
heavy. The first iPhone,
Yeah.
I remember selling that first
2G.
iPhones
I had that one.
in the area.
What model? 4?
No, it was 2. It was the first one. 2G.
There was
It
a
ran on
2?
2G.
There was one before the 4.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
horrible.
Yeah.
It was thick
I
too.
didn't know that.
It
yeah.
was really
the
thick.
4 is
Wow.
like the third one in.
It was like the coaster size
Yeah.
thick.
What's funny is I have a 4 in a car.
Yeah, I have a couple
Use
4s
it
too.
for
He gave me
music.
one, and I had one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used them actually for security monitor.
I got it from.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you did say
I
that.
got it for free when I signed up for Uber. Never drove for 'em.
Oh really?
Oh, dang,
when you
really?
signed up when they first started.
It still work?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it still works. I mean, you can't really. They put some kind of like code on it.
Oh,
You can only use it for like music and shit like that.
I could
but-
delete it for you. No problem.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Why?
I'll bring it in.
So
How
when
long
it-
did you do Uber?
I never did it.
Really?
I signed up.
As
they
long
sent
as
me
it
the
took for him to
phone.
get into the mail.
No, I didn't even
Free
know I
phone?
was gonna
Sign
get
me
a
up.
phone. I was just, at
Can't get
that
your
point, I was
phone.
just trying to collect hustles.
Yeah, yeah.
And remember I did the battery for the.
Oh yeah, yeah.
birds?
Do
I
this.
did
What's
there,
that?
like,
Do this, do
I was-
that, and make some cash here and there.
Battery
yeah,
for
yeah.
the
Since I
birds.
had Insomnia, I was like, dude, I gotta make some money. So I signed up to collect the bird scooters. And when
Oh,
you
okay.
collected
Yeah, yeah,
them,
yeah.
You got like $20.
Did you charge him?
Hell no, I didn't charge.
What'd you do? You just did it for one night. You were like, damn, this
Dude, I
sucks.
did it for like 5 nights, and then I gave up on the 5th night because I was searching for this fucking scooter,
Couldn't find it.
and it could not find it.
It's
It
probably in
was in
somebody's
someone's
house.
house. And I'm like, dude, I'm right here. It says it should be right here, but
Like that scooter right there.
exactly.
Or where is it? It's right behind you. It's right behind you.
Oh yeah, just like that.
That's the other one. I brought that home.
For real?
Yeah.
Did you?
Customized
Yeah.
it?
I brought it from LA.
That's dope.
No, not those
Oh,
ones. That one
okay.
right there. It's the
Oh,
the city
this one.
scooters or something, whatever it was.
Oh, that's dope.
I was like, I'm about to hack this shit.
Dude, there's got to be a way to hack it.
There is, but
Yeah.
I fucked up the wire and
Oh.
I took the
Oh, you
GPS.
do need
I
a
took the
charger.
GPS out and shit.
I got 4 chargers for the
Oh,
bird
dang.
scooters. Yeah, and they're not the cheap chargers.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
the nice ones.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
So I'll figure out how to use it.
yeah,
My neighbor has one in his
yeah.
backyard.
It's still got juice. It's got the extended battery and shit. But
Mm.
anyways, it go like 60 miles.
Nice.
Bro,
Somebody
But
figure it out.
yeah,
you mentioned earlier that
Yeah.
you killed like the smaller version of
Mhm.
the Ciroc or whatever.
the
to get rid-
350.
I want to tell a story because that reminded me.
Of the Ciroc?
Well, the size of the bottle.
Yeah.
It's a great story that involved me and my brother. And
He's always come
it
with
just takes me
disclaimers.
back.
Here
It
we
just
go.
takes me back. Do you remember? I don't know the year. It wasn't too long ago. 5 years.
1998.
5 years ago, roughly. Straight Outta Compton. 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah. When did that come out? Yeah,
The
anyway.
movie Straight Outta Compton. Me and my brother went to. I don't know how I got involved, but I was able to go and bring someone to be an extra in the movie. And my brother and I went to. They told us to be here and there at this time.
Yeah.
We were extra early because, we
It
were
was
trying
2014.
2014, 6 years ago. Dang, what the heck? Anyway, my brother, we had to pull into this big parking lot. The scene was taking place at the Santa Monica Auditorium, or Civic Center, whatever. I don't know what it is, if it's the same thing or not. But anyway,
It was like a little auditorium.
exactly, auditorium. And me and my brother, dude, this is so funny, man. I'm sorry if it's gonna be lengthy.
This is actually a great story.
Get another drink, grab your drink. So we go there to pregame.
I got time.
I'm like, let's go, bro. I got this. For real? Yeah, let's go today. And it's probably last minute, I told him.
It was last minute.
And like the best things happen like last minute.
It was like on a
like
Tuesday or something
no
too.
expectation.
If you get an invite from me last second, it's probably gonna be the best night of your
all
life.
your invites
For
are
real.
last second,
For
bro.
real.
But yeah, no, they end up usually ending up pretty good.
It's like, hey, let's go to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, when?
Who's there? Oh,
10 minutes.
oh, yeah, Quick's there. He's gonna get us into the
wait.
into the show.
Minutes.
He's performing encore. He's gonna get us backstage. Be
But
like,
you know
dang,
what,
okay.
dude? I say all my friends have made those journeys with me,
Yeah.
but like super spread out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we had good times, but we grabbed some Jack Daniels. I remember I was like on a mission. You know, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I had a few days off maybe.
Nice.
So I remember I was drinking so much, and I looked at my brother, and he's like, "You drink the whole thing."
That's right, dude.
It was
That's right.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
and it was
Like a regular
no,
750?
it wasn't the
it was
750. It was
it was a smaller one.
it was a smaller one. But I was just drinking.
Yeah.
Like this is within
Yeah.
30 minutes.
You were mixing it with a Coke. You kept pouring it in the Coke bottle, That's
Oh,
right.
and he drank it,
You
and I was
can't
like,
tell.
and then he still had Coke, and he had
And
no more
Coke
Jack
cuts
left. I was
everything.
like, what
It
the?
was opposite. it's supposed to be the reverse way around.
Yeah,
So I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, Dave, I'm on one. Let's take the bus over the little tram over there.
yeah. They picked us up.
We go in there. I was like, bro, check it out. We're just extras. We're just here to kick it when the homies hooked me up
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't know. So let's just see what happens. All right, cool. So we go in there. My brother's familiar with all the extra work, and he sees the lines. He already sees it from a mile away. Like, oh, those are the paid extras. I was like, oh,
Union extras.
union
SAG,
extras,
yeah.
where they get to eat lunch
Good.
catered, right?
Good food.
Like, yeah, good food, like
Steaks.
The same shit
steaks.
that the principal
Steaks-
actors eat.
steaks from
Exactly,
Rome,
bro. You're right. And he
Yeah.
was telling me all this. I was like, word? What? All right. Well, why are we here? You know?
So
Why are we here?
Went to the other side.
So eventually we got in the auditorium, and it was packed, like a concert. You show up 20 minutes late for, and the floor is just jam packed.
It was a concert scene.
It was a concert scene, yes. When Eazy-E came out, like it's one of the main scenes of the movie. Like when he made his entrance, like
It was the show that they got arrested at. So
With
yes.
police?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
when they said "fuck the police."
So that was in Santa Monica.
No. That was it was not in Santa Monica. It was where we were was in
Yeah,
Santa
The
Monica.
auditorium,
Right.
they changed the stage to be like
Okay,
Detroit.
okay.
Yeah,
or
exactly,
whatever.
exactly.
So we were all through all those scenes.
Yeah.
So they did all the concert scenes in one day, whatever.
Yeah.
So
That's a lot of fucking alcohol.
Dude,
in 30 minutes.
man, I'm telling you,
It
man.
was.
So this brings me to my next point. We got there, it was jam packed.
Mhm.
We were like, dang, looking at each other like defeated.
Yeah.
Like, bro, because we're trying to make it on camera.
Yeah.
Like, you know, me and my
Yeah.
brother
If
are
we're
always
there-
trying to make it on
what's the point
camera.
of being there if
We're
you're not
trying to
gonna
do
be
the
on camera?
most
Yeah.
all the time. Like,
Yeah.
we just met, this baseball player. Oh, this rapper. Oh,
Yeah.
this. Let's see what he's up to. If you don't ask, you'll never know. And then we end up having the best nights ever. Like, what was
Yeah,
that so
true.
random? So I looked at him. I was like, nah, bro, we're not going out like this, man.
If we're here, we're gonna do it up.
We're going to do it up.
It don't matter. Who cares what they gonna do?
We
Kick
got
us
to
out?
lose, yeah.
Exactly.
So I was just like,
We're already on set.
bro, follow my lead. Just
Yeah.
follow my lead, bro. And he's like, all right. Took out my cell phone with the flashlight.
We're inside of the auditorium. at this
Inside of
point.
the auditorium. Yeah, please fill in little small
Yeah.
details like
Yeah.
that. Walking through the crowd. I'm talking about all the way last row,
Yeah.
almost to the doors. So we're like zigzagging between, trying to
Yeah.
make our way to the front.
Are
Like
you
5
acting
minutes,
like
people.
security or?
Kind of.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Like,
because I'm visualizing.
like 5 minutes till we shoot, guys.
Yeah.
Cell phones away.
Yeah, there you go.
There was an announcement. Gary Gray. That's his name.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dude that made Friday.
Yeah.
He made an announcement on the megaphone, like you see in the movies. 5 minutes, guys. Make sure your phones are away.
Yeah.
Make sure your hats are forward or backwards. Or I forgot. Whatever.
Phones off. Phones off.
Phones off.
Phones
Yeah.
off. Gotcha.
And this lady we seen, ladies in this or not profession, but
She was a production assistant.
in the industry, they're strong women, huh, bro? They're like they demand like attention and they put all. They're powerful women, right?
Large and in charge type.
Exactly. So
Give me
she's
a-
like,
give me a-
phones away,
give me a
ladies
break.
and gentlemen, phones away. And she looked at us and did it too. And I looked at my brother, so follow me. Put flashlight on my phone.
Yeah.
Phones up.
Turn
Phones
my
up.
Turn my hat. I had a Lakers old school throwback hat on because you had to dress how it was back then. Back up, everyone. Phones away, ladies and gentlemen. Phones away. And my brother, I hear my brother. Hey, put that phone away. I'm talking. It was dark, like a concert, legit scene.
Nobody knew we were there.
Yeah.
Only the crowd.
Like
So they can't tell if you're working for them.
Like the lights are on. It's still dark, but it's not as dark it's gonna get when the music comes on.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Phones away, ma'am. Can you put that phone away? Thank you." Just doing the most, bro.
And everyone's
zigzagging. Left
everyone's
and
looking
right.
at like, who are you guys?
Exactly. So I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
some guys catch us.
skip all the BS from what I just said. Now we're in the front row.
Yeah.
Now
All the
we're
way
in
to
the
the
front row, bro. Me and my brother.
The camera,
Wow.
the camera's looking right at us.
Wow.
That's
Like where
pretty
you're
good.
sitting, this is the
Yeah.
camera. Me and him are right here. That's the
pretty
camera.
good.
I see the camera. I'm like, yo, this is a shot. Like, I'm legit in it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like that side of the
Yeah.
movie, production end, but I can it's a big
Yeah,
lens.
you're
Yeah.
going. To
I'm
be
in.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
but these girls were like trying to get like seen, and I get it totally.
yeah, they were
I
trying to get
totally
seen.
get it. Ladies and gentlemen, phones away, phones away.
Yeah.
They're
Changing
like,
it
who
up.
are you guys? Are you guys supposed to be here?
Exactly. Like, super hating. Kim, like that. Are they with you? Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, for real, that's how I felt. And they made an announcement.
Yeah.
Gary Gray and guys, make sure you guys are in your same spots
That's it.
that we were in the previous scene.
Right,
Make
right,
sure.
right.
And then I was like, fuck, man. Like,
Yeah.
I took out my phone. Cameras, phones away, just making sure.
Yeah.
And then, like, look in his direction. So, like,
Yeah.
he knows I have his back in a way.
Right.
And the questions were just, like, hounding us. Like,
It's-
Real?
I mean, yeah, about to be all eyes on us, like,
Yeah.
in 30 seconds.
And what
They're
happened?
hating.
And what
we're just
happened?
deflecting.
In that 30 seconds, I was in the front. I was just chilling, right? Because I was kind of buzzed too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kicking it, and then the lady looked right at me. One of those PA ladies, that large and in charge, loudmouth lady.
Mm-hmm. Marge.
Yeah, exactly. She looks at me. She says, "Where did you get that hat?" And I said, "What do you mean? They gave it to me."
Oh, it was.
Oh, good answer.
And she
bro.
said, "I don't think they did." She said, "You need to turn it around or take it off." I was like, "Oh, no problem." So
Yeah.
I just turned it.
Turned it around?
I had it like this. I
Yeah.
went like this, and she looked at me, and I went like this. I turned it right back around.
Oh man, that because you
'Cause
had
it-
a Colt 45 hat.
It was
Baseball
a
team.
Houston 45s.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay,
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
The Houston 45s, the
That's
Astros.
funny,
There's
dude. Yeah.
like why would they have that hat wherever
Yeah.
we were? We're like
Exactly.
film is supposed to be in Detroit or
Yeah.
something. But
And I'm
And they
telling
want
you,
to keep it
the
like.
heat was on us, Trav. I'm telling you,
real.
bro. Like I was just playing cool.
it was all
as I
eyes
could.
on us in the crowd.
That's
And then
funny,
we have to
dude.
deflect. Like, hey, make sure
Yeah.
you guys your phones away.
Yeah.
Changing up the scene a little bit down here, guys.
Mhm.
After he just told us,
Yeah.
make sure you're in your same.
Yeah.
But he just told us, guys,
Yeah.
like, no, we're with them.
Yeah.
This is how it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
relax.
He didn't like the last scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he
Yeah,
was,
he
and they were
making
like
that.
they were like looking at his shirt because it's probably black or white.
No, I had a
Right.
purple V-neck.
Yeah,
and a
see?
Lakers hat.
It was.
Like I was a
Yo,
Lakers
I gotta
fan.
rewatch this movie again.
Yeah, you'll
we're
see us.
definitely,
You'll see us
we're
in there.
definitely in the
Yeah.
scene
Yeah, you'll see us.
where Easy E comes out and Easy.
If you know
Yeah.
me, look at me. I'm the tallest one in the
Yeah.
front, dude.
You have your hat backwards.
Probably.
I have my hat backwards, and during the
Yeah.
scene, Easy, and then we're just like,
It was tight. It was
everyone,
it was a big old
bounce your
crowd
hands
scene.
up and down like
Yeah,
8
right,
Mile,
right,
like that.
It
Like,
was tight.
Yeah.
and I'm like looking where the cameras.
Right.
What's that?
He's going like this, pointing like, "Yay!"
What's that? They put on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's it called, bro? When they're not scanning the
camera
audience.
roll
Yeah, they're like
something.
scanning the
Yeah.
audience.
yeah.
And I'm making
It's
sure
on,
I'm
it's
looking
on a
like,
wire.
exactly. And I'm just like doing the most.
That's
And then
what's
I
up,
was just
dude.
like, bro, like after, intermission happened,
Yeah.
and we went out to eat. That was lunch. He's like, no,
Yeah.
that's where the
That's-
extras go who get paid.
The non-union.
I was like, well, let's go there. I got a video of me and my brother
Oh my
in
God.
line with this
With
dude
the
next to
union
us.
people.
Like, yeah, because we just
Right.
slid in with this black dude. We're like, hey,
Yeah.
we're going to go right here. He's like, come on, fool. Like, let's go.
Shit,
You
I
know,
ain't
and it's
paid for
all
this. Yeah.
good. Hey, my shit. I was like, all right, bro. Cool.
And on the way out, or
Yeah.
was it could have been on the way in that my brother hits me on the side. He was like, "Hey, yo, look who that is!" And it was DJ Yellow coming towards us.
Yep.
And nobody recognized him because it's
no
no one gives a fuck about those guys.
Get too much play.
Exactly.
That and no one really knew who he was, and I recognized him. But that black dude, I have a video of him. I was like, "Tell him what we're eating. We're eating good." He's all chicken, salad, mashed or
steaks,
potatoes, steak, all this.
So they don't
I got that on video.
No. They do, but it's a different. It's a different.
Like a sandwich in the back.
Exactly. This one's a little upgraded. You know.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't even know if we went
they
back
have to have
lunch.
hot food. That's what it does. They have to have hot. It's got to be hot food for the union actors. It could be cold lunch for non-union.
Yeah.
FYI. Yeah.
That's
so we may have went back in and finished like one more scene, and then we were out.
Yeah,
and
we were
were
like,
just
"Fuck this, let's get out of here."
We're like, man, let's get out of here. We were trying to hang around, see what's up.
But they were gonna stay late. We were like, "Fuck this, let's get out of here."
Oh yeah, they were still filming.
They were still filming.
I was like, if we make it, we make it.
Yeah.
And then the movie came out. Yeah. I took my brother and I took my girl.
That's right.
And then I was just like, oh no, who was it? Was it us three?
Yeah.
It was us three. Yeah. And I was just like, look, let's go see like day 3 in the movie theaters. Let's go see if we made it.
Because it was hard to see at first.
It was. So it's us 3 right here. I'm like, bro, here it is. I'm like albumin both of them. Like, it's coming up.
Sure enough.
Easy. And
sure enough.
I was just like, and then I didn't say anything. I saw her face like light up,
like,
her mouth open, and smacked me. She's like, dumb, like that. And then I told my brother, like, oh shit, we made it.
That was funny.
We made it.
Because you don't really know if you're going to make it.
You don't know. I'm not
editing.
Yeah, I
you
don't
really
know.
don't.
They purposely could cut out anything.
They want.
They kept y'all in.
Exactly.
Good job.
Yeah.
So we made the movie.
Did you see the girls that were hating?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're like this, like all smoke face.
Y'all looking at you.
Yeah.
Hey, that reminded me of that. That was a good story. That was
funny.
a good time. We made the movie.
Went through that bottle of Jack. Well, he did. I don't even know what I was drinking.
You weren't a shy guy.
You know what? Now
that day, but you were drinking.
I was. I was pretty
I gotta
faded.
kill a bottle of liquor before I go do something.
Really? A bottle?
Well, a little one, like you guys have.
A little personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help with the decision making.
Like a fifth?
Thinking on your feet. I mean, think about it. If you didn't kill the bottle, you think you would have came up with the idea? You think you would have been as gung ho about like moving towards the front? Yeah.
For me, I'm able to there's like a sweet spot for me. Like if I get in the sweet spot, then I'm like I can fire joke after joke after joke. I'm like so fluid. Like someone says something, I can attack right back, and it's so like I feel good. I'm on it.
I'm on it.
I feel like Sam Kinison or something. You know what I mean?
Dude,
for real.
Bro, you and I
Seriously.
are when I came in Saturday, it's always like. It was Jonah, Adrian, Angelo. I came in and I was the last guy, and the last guy that shows up always gets the most shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow, look who finally showed up. I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Look who's late. Like,
Came down from his castle.
Yeah, he just
exactly.
come with them quick. Oh, we clocking in? I didn't know we were working today. Like that, It's just fun.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So
we made the movie. DVD came out.
Shit.
My mom went to the store.
Yeah.
She bought a copy of the movie.
For real?
Yeah, remember? And she gave it to us, and she's like, "Can you sign this for me?"
Oh, dang, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, we signed the cover like we're Ice Cube and
that was like
Dr. Dre,
such a
MC
mom
Ren.
thing to do.
That was like when I used to be on a bunch of TV shows back in the day. My dad used to take photographs of the TV, bro.
Oh, that's cute.
Like every scene that I was in, he would take a picture, like from every show from the 90s.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm like that with Red. Like every little show she's in, even if it's just for like a second, I'm like, look,
You got to.
look,
You have to.
Because it's hype.
You have to, dude.
I like that.
But anyway, that was a short story I wanted to share.
It's a dope story, man. And I didn't know that's how you guys got in it. I thought you were just there at the right place at the right time.
It was even more to that because we had to get past the lunch guys to get our food. It was a lot of sneakiness, but they kick us out. We don't care, dude. All right,
my thing is for my advice, and has always been because I've taken friends to sets that I used to work on to that I was being paid and they weren't.
Yeah.
And I just told them, hey, just act like you know.
Yeah.
Just act like you know.
You've been there before.
Act like you know.
Yeah.
If you, I said, just walk up there, just go with confidence.
Yeah. Exactly what he was telling me is just like, no,
act like you know.
Like
you've been here before.
I've gotten into some crazy situations just pretending to be confident.
Yeah.
Because confidence is like a pass to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? No one's gonna walk into a place and not feel confident if they belong there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't like fake the funk. But there's a lot of giveaways, like the whole looking around.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's like
and,
the New Yorkers.
Well, here's the other thing too. If you have no, if you're not eloquent in your speech, then that's a problem. If you can sweet talk, first of all, if you can make somebody laugh, you're in.
Oh, you're in.
If you sound like you're smart and throwing statistics, you're gonna get in.
That's one of my favorites.
Man,
half of them are wrong.
Trav, you already know what's up, dude.
And then the third one is if you name drop.
Yes.
That's an almost in.
But you can do different things. Like you grab a bottle of water, and you pass like the security guard.
Oh yeah.
They stuck us with the Dasani again, huh?
Yeah.
Like that, little things like that.
Yeah.
You know, make that security guard. Oh, he knows what's up. And then the next time you just say something subtle again. And the third time, you just walk in the tent. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's easy, dude.
Yeah. Always something relatable.
We got into games. Me and my brother got into
a lot of games.
Like the last Wu-Tang concert at the Forum.
With no tickets.
It was the same day. Bro, was it the
ladder
Yo,
it was
the same day.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God, it was at the Forum.
That's right.
I was looking for things to do around the area. Bro, that is
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
We were looking for things to do after.
Do an instructional video of this shit.
No. Then I'll just blow up our spots.
Yeah.
After we were driving home, and I was like, oh, dang, Wu-Tang's performing over here. And then I was like, all right, come on, bro, let's go. Let's see what's up. Yeah. You know, we have good luck.
That's
first time. We roll through the Forum parking lot, and we say to the security guards, hey, I'm Uber. I'm just dropping off this individual here. Where do we do that at? He's like, oh, park right over there.
You might be throwing a little too much knowledge out there, right?
Oh, yeah.
How to start. I might have to cut this out.
That's right. But he's like, pull right there. I was like, okay, cool. I'll be 2 minutes.
Look it.
What's up?
It was September 26, 2014. Same day.
At the Forum?
At the Forum. Remember I said 2014?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
September 26th. That was the day.
So check this out. We did that, and I was like, bro, let's just peep the scene here. I'm just going to give you guys some knowledge. It was less than halfway through the concert, and I was like, we're going to look for some stragglers. People were coming out with a girl.
Don't give it away, though.
I called it.
Can't give it away.
Someone who's on a date shows up half.
No, don't give it away. Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Oh,
this is too good, man. This is for real. This is too much knowledge right here. Because anyways, because for real, this is like.
All right. So I had my thing already, and basically, at the bottom line, I got 2 tickets to get in.
Yeah.
From.
From
2 individuals.
From 2 people.
Okay, check it out.
So,
no.
You can't.
I'm not.
You can't because this is we could do this every fucking time.
Skip a couple minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm at security.
Right.
The security guy's getting my ticket.
Yeah.
I was like, oh dang, and they were putting the metal detectors away already.
Yeah.
They were putting them away fast, like they were trying to go home.
Yeah, it was already halfway. Everybody was in already.
Gotcha.
And then
no crowd, nothing. We were the only ones.
Right.
Well, we were just in there, man.
Yeah.
Like we were just in there, like I don't want to go too much, but I don't want to give too.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away. This is too good, man. Because we need to use this shit up.
Yeah. Okay. And basically, I was like, well, where's the manager? Is Tony working?
Yeah.
Like a wrong name,
and
like a made up name.
He's like on the CB, like, is the manager Tony here?
Yeah.
Tell him, bro. Tell him.
And who's gonna respond?
No, check it out.
Tony.
He'll be right out.
It was like, for real.
Bro, I was like,
seriously.
What the fuck, dude?
Like it was a random name like Tony or Mike.
Really?
And that fool came out.
There's always a Tony.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah,
we didn't know.
We just shoot off the hip here.
We're already faded.
And then I hear.
Well, there's an Anthony. Could it be Tony?
Oh, bro, there's look at.
So. Oh dang. What?
There's a little.
Dang, with the electric slide. Yeah, you need that perimeter joint.
There's a little bug crawling by as my brother.
I got it.
Brought his Paramount roots back in his foot and stomped it. So yeah, I was like, oh dang, all right, bro, like helping him, like, oh, play cool.
Yeah.
And then I hear, ding, 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 ding. Oh baby, I like it raw. Oh baby, I like it raw. And I was just like hearing like, oh dang, I was like, hey, is there any way that he could step it up? This is like my favorite song. And then shibby. Oh man. Oh, we were just having like a low key concert in the back.
And we locked eyes with the manager, and he looked at us like.
That kind of right there sealed the deal for us because
we were like, oh, and then the manager was like, all right, go in. Just go in.
Like, you could search. I know the.
And he was like, nah, let him in. So he like there was 3 security posts.
How far was he from you guys?
No, he was right next to us.
Oh shit!
He came all the way outside.
So Tony never came.
No, he did come. He let us in. We were talking to him. We didn't want to deal with security.
Right.
We're like, listen, man, this is a situation.
Yeah.
He's all right. And so as soon as the song came on, so he was.
Situation? Did you tell
Hold on, no, that's our
Man,
that's our social.
If I was listening right now, I shut this
That's
shit
that's our social engineering secret.
Next week we'll give the secret.
Okay, put it like this.
It's a secret as fuck.
Give them the secret now because y'all got like 1,000 chicks in your bag.
No, dude, that's the main one. That's you could get into any venue
Follow
like
us
this
for more tricks and tips,
dude. For real, that's our social engineering golden ticket for sure.
Right,
bro, so we locked eyes with him, and he kind of felt like
he knew what was up. He
was
like,
and so he bypassed all 3 security checkpoints. He was like, hey,
he walked us in, bro.
He was like, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go up to security.
Like
let him in, please.
Nights where like everything. You ever had one of those days where everything? It was like
everything
Ice
aligns.
Cube's song. Today was a good day.
Yes.
Everything aligns. Everything you even attempt to do just works out perfectly.
Yeah,
you keep pushing it.
Yeah,
pushing it and pushing it, and then you just end up with a great fucking day. Y'all had an Ice Cube fucking moment.
Yeah,
like seriously.
And we ended up in a section where we were by ourselves on stage, like left.
Yep.
And like
perfect view,
all alone,
because we were looking at the crowd on the actual floor. Everyone was just like, climbing. It was nasty. It was probably all sweaty down there.
And we walked to a place that was perfect, and we got all the second hand just off the top, and it was straight.
All the hits came out, Trav.
And
all the stuff we used to listen to in your car.
And it was
all that.
It was that second half banger stuff. It wasn't the openers.
Exactly.
So it was tight, man.
I was
good
to
day.
a legit Wu-Tang concert. I went to it was a festival. And they had
Rock the Bells,
Method Man, and I think it was
San Bernardino. Yeah.
But the one in Riverside had such bad sound quality, dude. That hurt my feelings.
I feel that.
That was so bad.
I feel that.
But this sounds like it was dope for you to hear it outside.
It was at the Forum.
Yeah,
that's like when the Forum opened up for all concerts only at the time.
Yeah, that's right. It was one of the first ones.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
That was a fun day.
Dang, I can't believe those went hand in hand. Like, with what we were talking about.
So when did your night end that day? When did your night end?
Good question.
I don't know. I don't know what we did after.
Because all day you're doing the shoot.
It was all day, Chad. Like you're just tired.
Yeah, that's like 8 hours minimum.
We weren't there that long.
No,
we were there at the shoot maybe like
you didn't stay.
3 hours,
3 or 4 hours.
Okay, that's what's up.
But we were 4 hours total with waiting, pre-gaming.
I think we got to the concert maybe like at 10:30 or something like that.
Yeah, that was all the stars aligned that day.
Yeah,
night, whatever.
There was nothing like that.
But
great story, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's a good fucking story.
I don't want to say
I got in this fucking
I don't want to say I
concert.
mastered these type of things, but I've been in a lot of situations where I already know what's up, what security's looking. You know, bro. You already know what's up, man. It's just like
and they're mostly
clockwork
just trying
for us
to keep
now.
the assholes off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
well,
they don't really give a fuck.
Well, here's the thing, man. Like, okay, first of all, if you want someone to help you out, you can't be a dick.
Right.
Yeah,
and you can't pretend like you know everything.
Like you're entitled.
You have to relate to them, and you have to chop it up, and you have to do the thing. You have to have the personality, first of all, to do something like that. And then second, you have to be, kind of smart about it.
Yeah.
So you can't be a fucking asshole and know nothing and just want to be a dick and want to get in his place. No.
Because low key, they want to help you out.
Because most of the time, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, they're just there for minimum wage and be like, bro, just go fucking head, dude. Just don't fucking kill nobody. But all right, cool. I'm just here for a good time. For real, because I've worked security for millions of things. Like, and every place is the same. Like, the guys don't care.
Yeah.
Just don't be an asshole.
But if you're sincere and you're not drunk, or you
if
not to be drunk, I was drinking, bro.
Yeah.
And I was talking super professional, super legit. Like, I even had a sip in years, bro.
Right.
That's true.
Man, that's just easy. That's why I'm a good salesman, man. It's just like, dang, man.
Yeah.
I look back at
so
that
what
time.
you guys tell them again?
Oh yeah, we just we did tell him thank you.
Yeah, we told him. Okay,
but you know what? The last thing I saw when I knew we made it, when he let us go by ourselves and to the guy that opened the door from about 30 yards away, and just looking at us.
As soon as he went to the radio, like to tell the first guy, and then he looked at him and he just waved us in, and then it was like three checkpoints. So I was like,
woo,
tank, woo,
yep.
tank.
That's dope, dude.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Anyway, that's my story.
Hey,
I don't know how we got started on that.
I would love to hear Gravel Pit live.
That was a great move. Yeah, the Gravel Pit was cool, man. Gravel Pit, all those songs. But dang, man.
Yeah.
What a day.
Day.
What a day.
Fucking day.
Just one of the many. But yeah, I forget about these things. This fool always remembers this shit.
So many stories in the vault, man. I just could come out with any moment at any time.
Every time I hang around with him,
he tells a story. He busts a story out.
They bring up shit that literally I haven't thought about.
That's me.
Until they bring it up. Like,
that's me too.
It takes me back to a portion of our brain. It's like it's stored away. It's cataloged. It's like, okay, it's a new decade. Fucking, I forget so much shit.
I remember stuff from kindergarten all the time.
Dang.
Man. All the
For
time.
real, I don't. I remember like 5 days.
Bro, I swear to God, I could picture it. I could tell you.
What shoes did you wear in kindergarten?
Pro wings.
Bro, I can't remember an outfit that
cleats
I
if I didn't have pro wings.
That's true.
I always had cleats. I remember wearing cleats to church.
You wanted to wear them.
Because mom forgot to pack my shoes because I was so eager about packing my cleats as a 6-year-old in Bakersfield.
Right. Oh, there's a
little Mamatha right there.
Oh, yeah.
One of his friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's that season.
I remember my dad had to preach in Bakersfield one day, and my mom forgot my shoes, and I remember I had to go to church in cleats. And I was like, oh, dang, a little embarrassing with jeans, but hey, whatever, I don't care.
Hey,
I have my cleats.
You're in the house.
At least he had some shoes.
Yeah, but I can remember a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Very grateful. My mom would have smacked us if we got mad.
That's why I didn't say nothing. I already knew at that young age. 5. Oh, cleats.
Kids that don't even have shoes.
That's true. Exactly. She would dump shit like that on us all the time. All the time.
My mom would hit me with this kids that go to bed hungry every day. I didn't understand it at that age, but now I do.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
yeah, now it's real because now it's good because we know the value of $1.
Exactly. I got a weird letter today.
Did you?
You guys get this? No, you can get the letter.
No.
The Donald Trump letter?
No.
From the stimulus?
No.
Oh, he's like,
what did he say?
He's using like the White House letterhead.
What did your boy say?
Bro, it's not my boy. I like that song by YG.
What did your president have to say?
Dude, the letter is fucking ridiculous.
I'm laughing at your face.
No, the letter is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It has, like, the way it's worded, you could tell was literally from him. It was like, we're in a invisible war.
Very true, by the way.
And what did he say? We're totally at war.
All right, I got a question.
It was crazy.
That's true.
Did you read it in his voice?
Yeah, yes.
I didn't read it. I read it halfway and laughed my ass off. I was reading it to Red.
Hey, let me have it so I can frame it.
What the fuck is this?
Oh.
I'm keeping it.
I'm going to highlight the key points.
I'm going to be like, dude, this is the type of shit that we got when the pandemic was going on, and it's fucking crazy. Like, look at this.
Did it say
what war are you talking about? What invisible enemy are you talking about? It's not invisible. You just need a microscope.
No.
That's what they do. So that way you can see it.
No, like, Travis. It goes deeper than that, bro.
How deep is it?
It's the people we can't see, the things we can't see, the agendas we can't touch.
Like with Russia.
Everybody's against the. Listen, we're the last stand in this fucking world. Whether you believe it or not, anyone gives a fuck. Yeah. We're the last stand in freedom in this motherfucker. Seriously.
How?
Seriously. What do you mean?
I don't
how?
believe that anymore.
You think it's not going to go back to how it's how it was?
No. We're the last free country. The last one.
What about Canada?
No, Canada's not free,
what
bro.
Switzerland?
They don't have freedom of speech. No.
They don't have freedom
Canada?
of speech?
No. Nope.
What do you mean they don't have freedom of speech?
Look it up. Look it up.
When you say no freedom of speech, like, what exactly?
There's things they can't say.
Can they protest?
I don't know. But there's things they can't say. Here we can say literally anything.
Right.
But now they're censoring shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And this is a good segue because listen, let's talk about some shit.
Yeah.
And there's people who are in charge that don't want to hear
Large Marge.
Right.
Anything other than their viewpoint or their side.
Yeah.
America's divided in two sides now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's either you're blue or you're red.
How are we more free than other countries? Let's point out that first.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of countries that look up to us and they like the types of freedoms that we have.
They're jealous of our freedoms.
They're very jealous of the freedoms.
And that's why they try to take us down.
Yeah.
I don't know, but what I do know is that I love my country and I love being free. I can't judge because I never lived a life over there, or I know there are regulations, rules, and China and North Korea and all this tied down, right? I know we're not that, so it makes me feel a little bit better.
I think people experience freedoms differently.
Yes, I agree.
In this country, you feel me? You could be a successful business owner. You can own 8 different privately owned liquor stores. But if you're not white, you know what I mean? Or if you're not, born here, no matter what your success is, you're a different type of free. You know what I mean? They say that money gives you true freedom, which is true because you can get that freedom no matter what country you go to, kind of no matter what country you go to. But there's different levels of freedom here.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Canada's free speech
law. Right. It's called a free speech law.
It's called fundamental freedom. See, that's the thing.
Vocabulary,
see, man, so when you put
are they just keeping it real, or is it like a restriction?
I'm telling you, we're the last country.
Read
that
it to me.
has
See if I live in Canada.
Okay.
Let me see.
So the freedom of expression in Canada is protected as a fundamental freedom by Section 2 of their Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Right. The Charter also permits the government to enforce reasonable limits. Okay. Hate speech, obscenity, and defamation are common categories of restricted speech in Canada.
We kind of have the same thing here.
We don't.
To an extent. Yeah.
Listen, I'll explain right now. Hold on.
Okay.
During the 1970 October crisis, the War Measures Act was used to limit speech from the militant political opposition. So listen, you can say, hey, fuck Confederates, fuck people from North Carolina, fuck black people, fuck Mexicans. You can say that shit. However,
there's a limit.
The limit here is only this. You can't say that on Twitter. You can't say that on Facebook. You can't say that on
privately owned companies
exactly.
with their own rules.
And they can censor whatever they want to. However, it's not really listed in their terms of service, from what I understand.
Technically it is.
No, from what I understand, they're not supposed to censor anybody. But now that's why it's a big fucking thing, because even like as of today, the president says he's being censored, which he is. Which
but they have the right, like every other business, to refuse service to any customer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like that phrase alone is a loophole for you to say no to every situation. So, I know where you're going with this.
Okay, no.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
No, fuck Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. By the way, their chicken nuggets are delicious.
Fuck Chick-fil-A. I can't eat shit on their
menu. And their waffle fries. Ooh,
they're good. The macaroni and cheese.
That Chick-fil-A sauce, though.
Yeah. And they have very
chicken
nice
noodle
burgers.
soup. Oh, chicken. Dang.
Chicken noodle soup. They have chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, it's good. Actually, it's good. Yeah, right.
That's different.
For say like Twitter, Facebook, you can't be traded publicly if you want to be on the stock market and bullshit like that. You can't. You have to abide by the United States Treasury rules, so that falls under all the other bullshit and all the other umbrellas. Say, hey, now since you're part of us and we're making you money, so now we're kind of all the same thing. So that's run by the government. Okay. So that's kind of that's the big gray area that it falls under. It's not privately owned. It's not fucking a farm in Chino right here where you say, hey, you know what? I don't want to serve any pigs to black people, or I don't want to give any cows and meat to Mexicans today. I'm a white dairy.
Right.
So listen, I'm gonna fall under the white people. If you want it, I'll do your business, whatever you want. But if you walk in the Stater Brothers, you can walk in there. I can walk in there.
Right.
And we can say, hey, whatever. You can sign up for a Twitter account, Facebook account. I can sign up the same shit.
Right.
So that's what it kind of falls under. It's a broad generalization.
What do you think it should be limited to that? Social media. Because people go on social media
and go ham,
social media wise, yeah.
But I've noticed a lot of people go on social media and instead of being positive, they always tend to pick the negative, even though they're positive people. Yeah. Because it's almost like a mental relief zone.
So let me give you a few examples here. Yeah. And this is very heavy, especially these days, especially at up until the second.
Right.
You can be censored on Facebook for a photo that has vote for. Hold on.
Oh, not there.
Negative.
Yet. Oh, you're talking.
Vote for Trump.
Go.
Vote for Trump. 2020. Yep. You can get censored for saying pandemic in your status. Yep. However, on the flip, like you're saying nudity, you cannot
less censored. You're saying
it's less. You know what is less censored on Facebook is like something with pedophilia in it.
You're right. You're right.
You can go onto fucking Facebook and you can find it's not so overt where it's like, oh shit, like naked little kids, but it's giving you access to the people who have. It'll show people and like girls and boys who are being abused.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be more accessible.
Yeah. If you go,
you're gonna have to dig deep to find pandemic statuses.
To find
the whole Pizzagate thing.
If something was tagged pandemic,
it's like
truth, Obamagate 2020, that kind of shit, you're gonna have
it's like 412.
Damn.
It's got Ice Cube rolling by.
3 actually.
Ice Cube rolling by the studio right now.
For real.
But that's just kind of the thing. Like even like on Instagram, in my case, like I can get a strike, copyright strike on my Instagram and have a chance of it being taken away and deleted. If I post somebody else's video that's funny, like a guy falling out of a tree and ending in some bushes or something,
are dead,
and someone says, "Hey, that's my fucking video, you asshole! You can't use it. I'm gonna report you."
But don't they have to have some kind of like statement that says you can't use my video?
Yeah,
first?
it's no, you don't. I can grab a video or screen record anything.
Right.
So I can post it, but there are some places that will say, "Hey, you can't use our video. Here's a copyright strike from Instagram.
That's fucked
2 more, you're out, buddy."
Yeah.
Whatever. But there's other accounts that have full on sex scenes. They'll show you the fucking hoo-has and all that bullshit.
Yeah, man, that's dumb.
And so it's that kind of thing. Like even if you go into the political lane, like I already see like the ones that I follow, like they have backup 1, backup 2, backup 3 accounts. You know what I mean?
From the jump.
Yeah, because they know that they're gonna give even like all the videos that were about the doctors from over here in California. One of the doctors went to my school, by the way. That truth video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he went to Woodcrest Christian.
Oh no way.
Yeah. One of
office?
the two doctors who were sitting at the
table.
desk. Yes, one of those went to my school. He was like a year younger than me.
No way.
Yeah.
He just has that Riverside swag.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He didn't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cause he's woke.
Like,
woke AF tag #tag. But it's those kind of things that'll get fucking it'll get you kicked off. You're gonna get a strike on Facebook. You're gonna get your video censored off of Twitter. You're gonna get your post deleted on Instagram. And then you got all these social justice warriors that that's what they do all day. Especially now, they're gonna sit at home. They're gonna monitor what you post. If your account is not private, they're gonna go
just licking their chops for.
That's it.
To get someone a strike.
And even all the accounts that are private, now they can kind of screen who's going to come in, but you never know, like, and you can always tell by who's going to do it too. Like, they have,
you can already see it coming?
Yeah, in their bio, they have like, these are my pronouns. I refer to me as she, her, or trans, blah, 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 or he, him. And like, it's just a whole bag of shit. So you see like if somebody has a flag on their bio or something that. Yeah, you can kind of tell and kind of gauge. And it sucks to say, but you can kind of tell somebody by their haircut, and it's a generalization that, that we kind of,
I'm crazy,
that we kind of made for ourselves, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's just one of those things. So it's not really fair, and it doesn't really, we say we're free, but on the social media sites and shit like that, we're not free.
Well,
because you can go and you can stand into
because it's their business.
It's
like you have a bar. You don't want someone preaching,
but they're publicly traded
companies. Yeah, I get it.
That even the president uses, and he said today, "Hey, I'm not going to stand for this shit. If you're censoring me, then I'm not. It's no good. It's a no go." But over here on the flip, you can stand on the corner and you can protest what you want. Good looking out, Trav. My man. You can stand.
It's still inside.
You can stand on the corner and put a sign up to say like I hate Jews, and hey, you may.
love Jews.
Yeah, me too. And you may get some shit from people, but there's not really anything that they can do.
Right.
Even if someone calls the cops, they're gonna be like, okay, well, I'm sorry, he hates Jews. I mean, what can you do? This is America. Right. This is his First Amendment. Like there's nothing unless he's causing you harm.
Right.
That's his right.
That's his right. Unless he's firing bullets and say I hate Jews with a sign up on his back, then there's nothing he can do.
See, and that's exactly what I mean by like the freedoms are different. You know what I mean? Because imagine this: every other week in Rancho, there's like 30, 40 people in front of a Chick-fil-A. They're protesting.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Cucamonga. Yeah? Yes, protesting. Like it's crazy. Like 30, 40 people open up our city, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
If it was 30 black people, it'd be an issue. There'd be police out there. There'd be Karen saying...
It will no longer be a peaceful rally.
Safe.
And that's the thing. I mean? That's the thing with like the churches too. Listen, and I made a post on Facebook the other day. It said, "Hey, if the churches are open up, okay, blah blah blah," and they say, "Well, blah blah blah. Yeah, no, I don't agree with that." Okay, and they say, "Well, take it outside." Listen, if 100 people gathered outside to have church, there'd be a fucking problem. Exactly. Trust me. Exactly. Someone's gonna do something, or the cops are gonna do some shit. I already know. That's just how it goes. But yeah, no. On the flip, there's these people who are the underlying. What do you say those those pokers with the
pitchfork?
No. Like
instigators.
The instigators, the little instigators, like the Karens, the Sharons.
God.
You know what I mean?
Karens,
Marges,
large and in charge. Like they got nothing but I got time today, cuz that's them.
Yeah. The thing that fascinates me the most about the Karens is they aren't a new breed of people.
No,
they've been around forever.
For decades.
They just have names.
Decades.
Now.
They've been emancipated since like the 1970s.
Exactly, and they've been accusing people falsely. And like I always grew up with stories, and like my mom used to tell me when I was younger, be careful with this person, or make sure you go this place with that person, or if you're gonna go on a date or do this, just make sure you go here. Like don't go somewhere too private or something like that. You know what I mean? Because you never
where
know.
People can see you.
Exactly.
That's kind of what my mom said too to me. Christian, by the way.
In what sense? Like what? Give me an example.
Go where there's people.
Yeah.
Go where people can see you. That's what she used to say too. Kind of.
And they never were blunt. My mom was never blunt about what she meant by it, but she always was hinting towards like stay around people.
Yeah.
And I thought it was more for my safety.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, I'm starting to understand it was for my safety, but it was for a layer of how can I say this? Maliciousness that I didn't even know existed in the world. There's people out there that could care zero about you. And I didn't understand that. If you're a caring person, you don't think that there's people out there that could, like, literally you could be hit by a car, they'd be on their phone, and be like, damn, his eyeball's out of his head. You know
that's
what
true.
I mean? And that's the society that we live in right now. Some of the, go ahead.
Quick point. Yeah. The guy that got the guy that got killed, right?
Yeah. Which one?
Knee on the neck?
The black guy, George.
Yeah,
that's the knee on the neck?
Yeah, knee on the neck. Okay, for 9 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever it was. Listen, there was 2 cops there.
4.
Okay, on the scene?
There was 4. Okay. It's crazy because you know how they say like video gives you different perspectives? Yeah. From the first video I saw, you only see the one that was holding off the people, the little tiny
Chinese guy.
Bald head
Asian.
Yeah. I didn't know he was. And then you see the guy on his neck.
Yeah.
What you don't see is there's 2 other cops on his back and on his legs.
Because the car separates.
Yeah. So listen, but what I'm saying is,
you saw that from another angle.
That's strategic murder.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but what I'm saying is, if all of those people who were filming the fucking murder, mobbed all those cops, there's nothing they can do.
That's all I was thinking. What's crazy is the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, if there was ever a time for me to, no, I mean, I may not make this decision in that situation, but if there was ever a time for me to like risk my life to save another life, all I could think is just pushing the cop off.
Trav,
that one,
you're on the same wavelength as me.
You know what I mean? I'm thinking like if that saved his life, if that allowed him to get another
okay, hold on, listen.
And you get arrested,
listen.
well worth it. But the thing is, you might not get arrested. You might get shot, Trav.
Yeah, that's it.
For sure.
Exactly. If it was a white person.
Listen, it's different if if that was my brother.
Same thought, Trav.
I'd have a real problem with it.
Oh, dude, I would have drop kicked him.
It would be really hard for me not to do anything. It would be really, really hard for me. I would have to be on the same plane as this guy.
Right,
so if he's gonna get fucking, if you're gonna do this to him, I know they're gonna do something even worse to me.
You have to do it strategically.
Yes.
You have to not get caught up in the moment. You have to be like how we're talking. Like when you have the right amount of alcohol, boom, 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 like quick-witted.
Here comes a brick to the head from the back.
Okay, maybe not the brick.
Expect the worst. Expect the worst after that.
Hear me out, because I just had a thought right now. A lot of times, in order to communicate with the masses, I love the phrase "art imitates life" because it's so powerful. Before the French Revolution started, there was a lot of art that went up around the city that predicted what was going to happen and how everybody felt. right now everybody feels a certain way, especially the black community, but not just the black community. Yeah. Mexicans, Asians, whites, lesbians, gays, like we all feel like there's an unfairness that's so reigning supreme amongst our society that it makes us look bad as a whole. Like we can't all come together if everyone keeps picking on the nerdy Asian kid. You know what I mean? Like we can't all come together if everyone's picking on the obese, you know, Spanish girl. Like that's not cool. You know what I mean? You can't say that this is a country of freedom and that we're all, you know, this is the place to be if everyone's picking on one race. And that's what I feel like right now. So right now I feel like there needs to be a campaign, something that's like art that people can understand emotionally instantly, like, you know, risk it all for your brother type shit. You know what I mean? Like our brothers are out there dying, and whether you're black or not, if you see a situation like that, I always hear the guy in the background talking real hard. Like, you better not do that to me. You better, I understand in a situation he doesn't know the guy is there, but the guy that pointed out that he was unresponsive, like at that point, I would have walked over, my hands up, be like, look, dude, I'm not trying to hurt you, but you're hurting him. But I didn't know there was 2 other cops behind him. And that's almost like
I didn't know that until you said that now.
That's all, and it doesn't, like before, if you threw the white flag, that's a universal sign for peace. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if you raise your hands now, they're still shooting us. Or not even just us. There's Puerto Ricans, there's blacks, there's white people getting shot too. A lot of things, so like we need to police the police in a way that's not violent. That's why I was like, nah, on a brick, because it's like, you know, that's a free for all. Like I feel you and I agree with you, but violence bestows violence. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just gonna cause it to escalate to the point where they're gonna spin it around on you and make you feel like a bad guy, and they're gonna dig up every bit of dirt you have. But like Jesus said, like he who has no sin casts the first stone. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody that can dig up dirt, even if you don't have dirt, they're gonna make you look bad. You know what I mean?
You could be the cleanest person.
The cleanest person, they're gonna make you look bad no matter what.
He likes drinking.
Or you're gonna have an accidental accident.
Or they'll lie about you.
Yeah, so there's just something that's so dirty about the country that everyone turns a blind eye to, that it's getting to the point with social media. Like I love the Sean King guy because he's figured out a way in a formula.
Well, because he's got a lot of pull, and he's got a lot of
he's got a lot of celebrity
clout
too. Yeah. So I love his method because it's nonviolent. What's up?
Another spider.
No, yeah, it's perimeter. It's perimeter time at this point. You feel me? Yo, I spent 25 minutes spraying around my house.
Yeah, that's
bro. I bought a brand new. Huh?
I know. I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're built for that. So I mean, it breaks my heart, but like, how many times can my heart break? Yeah, you feel me? Like the first time was Trayvon Martin. You know what I mean? Like it's a kid in a sweatshirt in a home. Like first of all, as a kid,
he was trolling.
Stand your ground shouldn't even come into play if it's a child. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? Like if it was a 13-year-old, stand your ground would still come into play, unless he has an Uzi and put the clip in, pull. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck?
Well, here's what I think, and I think this is a valid point. And I do think that I'm right, Travis. I think that
of course you're right.
No.
Until you're wrong.
So I think that the hysteria has died down from this bullshit, right?
Yeah. Well, we're just a numb generation.
Well,
now, after all we went through.
So I think the hysteria has died down, and I think the only thing that the media has right now is to play the race war again. We have to be afraid of something. You, Travis, as a intelligent black man, like they're pinpointing you guys, and they're not pinpointing us. It's never that. It's always white and black.
There's a reason for that.
There is because there has to be some kind of conflict in order for to make my neighbors mad or to make your neighbors upset at you. So when you go into the store, and if there's anything that popped off, then they have somewhere to point the finger. Right. Because now we're tired of pointing fingers at fucking Bill Gates, fucking Donald Trump, Obama. Like everyone's over that shit. Like, yo, man, you know what? Let's fuck all this. They're fucking wrong. We're over it. Now we're gonna just blame everything. We're gonna take it back to the simple step. Now we're gonna go back to the cop. Black people versus white people, this and that. So I think there's a corner in the market for that now. You know what I mean? Because now the hysteria has died out from this virus shit. Now it's going to go back to
Exactly.
Let's cause
it's a different type of fear. You have to replace fear with fear because you can't get rid of it.
Well, it's right. What it's doing. It's fueling a civil war. That's what it's doing.
But okay, the Civil War is something that everyone thinks that is in the back of a lot of people's mind, but it'll never happen again. And this is why. There's too many.
Let's take a bet.
There's too many economic connections between our economy being successful and integrating every race and culture. You know what I'm saying? Unless they come up with something that gives them economic control over their entire country that doesn't involve certain races, there'll never be a civil war. You know what I mean? It's impossible because the only reason you ever have war is to gain power and money. And the powers to be that actually hold true power, they don't give a fuck if you're white, black, Asian, Mexican. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Those aren't the people that we have to look out for. It's the people fighting for the fake power.
Yeah.
Like the police. And not even the military. Like the military is ran by a whole different type of power.
Right.
But the police, the governors, the ones that are fighting for the scraps, which are the states, those are the people that want to keep, control.
And it's crazy, right? What the hell? Like,
imagine this.
That's crazy.
Imagine this. Let's say that every county,
blows my mind.
Every state, every city police themselves. Imagine that.
Yeah. That we'll all be like Texas,
bro. Not all of us.
No, we'd be good.
So
we'll be good.
Is privately police.
Yeah, I know.
Riverside is privately police. So they're not ran by the state. It's a private police force.
Sheriffs.
It's a big, there's not a lot of racist arrests
Riverside
going
County.
on.
Riverside County sheriffs, yes.
There's not a lot of racism going on in Riverside.
No. It's so diverse.
That when I go to Colton, when I go to Redlands, when I go to
that's actually
Rancho Cordova, I feel a different. I know. I feel a different way when the police show up on the scene because they always show up over aggressive. There's always 3, 4, 5, 6 cops. Yeah. Dude, I saw an accident on the way to work and there was like 7 cop cars.
Okay, so you make it, but this is exactly what I think every time. And every time that you see something, and this is how the media wants to play it because they need fucking views.
Yes.
If there's no views, there's nobody watching those ads, no one's going to get any fucking money.
Real quick, take over after this. The media is the first social media. They're looking for the hits just like any social media account. Like, so Channel 7 is like that top #1 meme page.
Yeah.
Channel 9 is like #2. You know what I mean? Like
you're
they're looking for the
right.
hits. If you think about it like that, it's all a game. It's like who's going to make up the I haven't watched the news from front to back in literally 15 years.
Yeah. When I watch
I don't fuck with it, bro.
So when I go to Universal and we have the TV playing and it's CNN because somebody wants to watch CNN. It's fine. And what I do the entire time, like literally inside my mind, I just roll my eyes like 20 times.
Right, bro?
But I'm like, dude, what the fuck? No, you're right.
There is.
Listen,
see, what's fucked up is they cater toward. Think about it. CNN is the acceptable media channel that people can hate because they represent black people.
No, because it used to be reputable.
It used to be.
That's why.
Until they got bought out.
Now the people like my mom's age, they're the ones that are hanging on, and those are the ones that are poking their kids. Like, and the kids are kind of
that old shit ain't selling.
Well, I'm saying they're trying to indoctrinate their kids. Like, oh, CNN's is good, and they have those little kids that. Anyways.
For everyone out there, I just want to throw an experiment out there for people. If you want your mental health to change, if you want to have a positive outlook on life, stop watching the news. Just for literally 1 week.
So
1 week.
1 week.
See what happens. I don't know anyone who watches
one
the
day.
news.
Listen, even for me. But I have to. It's like I have to know what the fuck people are fucking fucked up in the mind about today.
Where they're getting their logic from.
Yeah. What logic is this part of the county?
Karen
the Karens. Who what are the Karens caring about today?
Save the Karens for last.
Yeah. But I think like the mainstream media is putting out so much bullshit that people are taking less and less from them and saying, hey, you know what? We don't really care.
Where do you get your news from that you trust?
I don't.
Where do you get your news from?
I take my news from left, middle, and right. Compose my own belief in what I think. Yeah. How we say, like, we get bombarded with a bunch of like random stuff, a bunch of articles, and I just think for a while, like, And again,
honestly, that's probably one of the smartest things.
I don't know. I don't know what to think, but I'm aware of what people are watching or listening or thinking.
There used to be places.
That's why based off religion.
I go to one place.
Yeah.
I have one place that I trust.
Throw all religions at you, see what sticks.
And I feel like it's unbiased.
Okay.
Yeah. Just NPR. I feel like NPR is very unbiased. I feel like they don't have a motive right now, but I still don't trust them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you're 3/4 right because I do listen to them, and it's about 25% of the people that they do interview.
They still gotta sell advertising.
They do interview. Yeah. I'm like, who the fuck let this guy talk right now? Who are you kidding me?
Up all the time.
He's a fucking Muslim, like hate speech, loves Nazis,
hate speech,
but's white.
What?
No. Trust me.
I've never heard that episode.
No, but I'm saying it's just like so obscure. I'm like, what? It confuses me. And then the rest of the time I'd be like, yo, this is actually very good information. But here's the thing where I
would say 90% is excellent information.
Okay, well,
because they throw all the facts and leave it up to you.
That's more like 55.
60.
But once you start hearing things over and over and over again about a certain topic, and all of them line up, and you have a big checklist, check on one, check on two, not so many checks over here anymore, and you don't hear any fucking opposition from this, and you say, hey, what is going on here? That's kind of where you have to use your critical thinking and say, hey, listen, let's keep it real. Don't be a fucking hard-headed and a dick. Pay attention. Listen, go to the store. Go here. Go there. Look exactly what's going on, and use your thinking.
And I'm also favorable to them because I've been listening for 7 years now. Mm-hmm. I've never donated. I should. Donate. I'm going to donate because they're like non-profit radio or something. I don't know.
It's kind of like us.
What is NPR?
Thanks, Travis.
Multi-purpose room. That's where we're gonna have our assembly.
Room.
Let everyone know. 6 period.
I think it's nonpartisan radio.
Where do you go sometimes?
That was funny.
I feel like you live in different eras. That's why your memory is so good, bro. You live in different eras, constantly. I wish I could do that.
I'm retro.
National Public Radio.
National Public Radio. There you go.
Oh, they're national.
It's definitely not nonpartisan.
Out of my ass. See, but I said it confidently.
And we're national too.
People believe me.
What's up, Trav? You want to sponsor the show or what?
No. So this is the thing.
Let's do it.
The thing I love about NPR is they cover international news.
This is not a plug for NPR, by the way.
They go from North Korea.
This is not a plug.
North Korea. Yes, Kim Jong-un's favorite radio station, by the way.
I still don't know what's up with him. Right. So, I know. He just fell off the map, yo.
What a fuck.
They probably already murked him already, setting up the fucking new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, but the reason why I really like them is they cover international news.
Yeah.
And I've heard Riverside in their news broadcast multiple times.
All the time, yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's important. Cities like us get swept under the rug all the time when they crash that fucking.
Yo, I'm saying we need to stay out of the news. The plane crashing into the March Air Force area. The people flying in from China.
Yeah.
To 2 miles away from my house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yo, this all takes.
Less than 2
I need
miles.
to stay out of the news.
Yeah,
you're right.
I feel you.
I live literally.
But I like that they cover everything, even pop culture, whatever. So, anyways, I'm going on and on about NPR. I'll donate to you one day. I'm sorry. It'd be a significant amount.
You're good. You're a good man.
Yeah. Because honestly, 7 years and I've been rocking with them. I'll drop them $100.
But you
now.
But you get free cable.
Here's the point. Here's not a point. But
cable.
Look,
that's
you're so you believe them. You believe. I don't know who they.
It's not that I believe them. They're not pushing a subject.
They're just giving you information.
Say, today, Donald Trump tripped while walking to the podium, and they'll leave it at that.
Back to you, Bob.
Yeah, exactly. And then they'll go to another story. It's very raw. Like, it feels like just raw news coverage.
It's not brainwashing.
Exactly.
No, it's not.
CNN is a setup. It's a fucking show.
It is.
You got 6 people.
It is a fucking show. You got Wolf Blitzer on there telling about, in today's news, we had 50 guys kill themselves in the throat by a broken Sprite bottle. Yes. And here we go.
Could it be because of they didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They all got hit by a car, and the guy that drove the car had coronavirus. Yes, Back to you, Karen.
And he was high on weed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, another thing. Yo, I got hit with some shit personal. Corona. Speaking of COVID-19.
You got COVID-20?
Oh, bro, listen to this.
Yeah.
You know, God bless the dead. Remember Miss Marty?
Who?
Yeah.
Who's that?
You remember Miss Marty? Okay. Miss Marty died of COVID-19.
No way, bro.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you're right. No way. Hold on. He had stage 4 cancer. But he died of COVID-19.
Exactly.
Bro, he had a situation. He went to the hospital. COVID-19. What?
Interesting.
Bro, he was stage 4 cancer. Like you get a date. It's like a release date from this planet.
Yeah.
You feel me? But definitely. You die of COVID-19?
Of course.
So this shit is...
Where does he live?
He was in Long Beach at the time.
Okay, makes sense. LA County.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, but that was my personal...
Well, here's like on... if you look on the I think it was the New York Times, New York Post, New York Times? Yeah. New York Times. They had the...
Yo, where you get that shirt?
Oh, no.
We
don't want to talk about that.
Bro, that shit is hard. I like that
psych.
shit.
It's a psych.
Psych brewing.
Psych.
No. Yo, how you have so many beefs, bro?
For real. So if you look,
it's called life, bro. You go through shit. You know, not even go through shit. It's just
I forget. You know my.
That's like if it said your ex-girlfriend right there. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like why?
My biggest problem that I have, like personally, is I can care less. I can literally once something happens and it's not in my favor, I can give a fuck.
Right.
Like I wish I could like hold on to stuff a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It's just that like I get rid of it so quick. I don't know why that happens. It's like I wish I could hold on to it longer. Like I'll be mad as fuck.
Let me get back to this real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, go.
So you said Mr. Marty died?
Yeah, Mr. Marty died. Yeah.
You never met him in his house?
Never met him.
So
old school pimp ass motherfucker.
New York,
he knew a lot of shit.
The New York Times had the front page of 100,000 people.
1,000 people.
So if you go to number 6 on the list, he was murdered. And they still listed him as a COVID-19.
Oh, in the list of
deaths.
They
fucked up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now you gave 1,000 names.
Look at his fucking name. Yeah. Look his whatever the name was. That's it. I don't remember his name. But number 6, he was fucking murdered. It's still a COVID fucking death.
Get the fuck out of here.
Cha-ching, bitch.
Wow.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's all it's about.
So the mainstream media is putting out so much bullshit that at the end of the day, at the end of the fucking year, no one's gonna fucking give a fuck about that.
I got a deep ass question for both of you.
Okay.
And it's for me too, but it's for both of you. How would you fix this fucking, not the world, but just how would you fix the United States? If you could implement one fucking rule or bill or law, how would you fix what's fucked up right now? You only get one chance to implement one law. How would you fix it?
One law.
I don't have an answer. I'm just saying it.
Interesting.
Like,
because are people gonna abide by the law? Oh, I would say
you have to. Same repercussions.
I would just say, do not kill. Start with that, and then if it works out,
hard.
And I know, but you get so angry at someone.
No, like honestly,
police has a bad day that day, and you know he's pissed.
That's right. The police too.
Yeah. And they have
think about it. You get mad at a cop, vice versa. Boss, wife. If you don't kill anyone. Everyone's dying natural, you know?
Yeah, that solves a lot of problems.
But not natural because they're probably stressed from another relationship.
It solves a lot of problems. Solves a lot of problems for us regular common folks.
Yeah.
But creates a lot of problems for those who want everything. You know what I mean?
I would say don't lie.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
I like lying. That's part of sales.
Yeah, I did think about that one initially, bro. The salesman technique.
That's a good one.
Or how about the mainstream media can't lie anymore?
I like that. I like
straight
that.
up news.
You know how that
straight
was
up
White House.
Mainstream media.
Hey, I like that one.
Yo, that's it. Like I don't know why I asked the question because I don't have an answer right now.
No,
like I really
lying. If everyone abided laws, people break every day. But are they gonna?
I'm just saying. Okay, I'll just say the mainstream media can't lie anymore. Like if the mainstream media of your company lies,
we need one station to tell the truth.
Yeah.
NPR maybe.
Yeah. No, there's not one that tells the truth.
No, I know that. I'm just saying. I think that would be a.
I think the phrase.
They're too afraid to lose money.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going.
It's all clickbait.
I think in order for everything to be copacetic with every person, the money is the biggest issue.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? The money is the biggest issue.
Always.
It is.
And because money is the biggest issue, imagine if you made, like, how much would you need to make to live comfortable? And I mean comfortable, like 1/10 Drake comfortable? Like fucking
40 million a month.
40 million. What? God, do you even know how much that is a year, bro?
Absolutely, it's a lot.
It's 480 million.
40 million a month. Listen, I'll be comfortable.
I'll be good.
You can't even spend 40 million a month, bro.
I'll be comfortable. I'll make a fucking
game on.
Okay, how much would you?
I know I can spend it.
I knew you were bougie.
Trust me, man.
40
million a month.
Yep.
How do you spend 40 million a month, bro?
I'm buying up all the teams.
Bro, that's more than $1 million a day.
How much is
still $1 million?
How much is the Lakers? Like 132 billion?
How much is what?
32 billion.
You gonna buy every sports team?
Yeah, hell yeah.
We'll start in the Inland Empire.
How about you start with
Quakes.
4 Can you do $4 million a month?
Four
That's suffice.
Ontario
come
rain.
on, 4 million. Come on, man, be reasonable, bro. I gotta live.
Okay, I gotta live. I gotta change.
Hey, man, we gotta keep this podcast afloat.
These bottles, they don't come
for
free.
real. For real. We spent $35 just getting here.
I think if we made a law,
That's exactly
that
what I
balanced out the money, I think that would take care of a lot of the issues, because the way society is built is there's a lower class, middle class, and upper class.
So once you usher in, say you're gifted with
Money.
$100 trillion, okay?
That's a lot of money.
You can now say, listen, everybody, I have something that my companies are going to take care of for the United States. Okay. And now you have the ability to do that. Say now,
like what?
No, hold on, just a stupid example, because this is what's going on right now. Say you can say, hey, for everybody that's in the United States, I have a 27-inch TV free for everybody. Right. So we're gonna put those in your house, and it's just gonna run our news stations all day long, and there's no off switch.
I get where you're going with this, because they've done this before.
Well, I'm saying but that's the kind of a model
so that's
going on today.
That's no. That's
And some people will say, you know what, I don't really want the TV in my house.
Yeah.
But others will be like, oh, a free, you're gonna take care of a free news station? I love the news.
Or like,
no, they
I love the news.
It's
or take the TV.
Does it in many countries.
Put your HDMI cable and do your own shit.
But here, let's take it one step further.
Okay.
And so they're gonna make those TVs with so much radiation and UV light that it's gonna no, and they're not gonna know. You know what? They say, oh no, I love the news. This is cool. I love this guy.
Something attracts me to that TV. It just
this is oh my god, this is the shiniest. Travis, look at that picture.
He's just so well spoken and good looking.
It's a 3D TV. This is the first of its kind.
Right.
It's never been made before.
Exactly.
I got you.
And so and it's just one of those things. Okay. So it's just an example of what you can do with $100 trillion. Oh my
god.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot of money. Just the mention of it is so much money. But like now
you can control a lot of things.
Right. Okay, so my idea is this. The way I would fix a lot of issues that is going on right now is, imagine if you had $100,000 guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to work. It's $100,000. You know
what I mean?
A year? A little less than $8,700 a month.
Where am I getting it from?
Okay.
But
where am I getting it from?
From the government.
Interesting.
But hear me out. How many issues would that solve overnight?
0.
Homelessness?
No.
Overnight?
Nope.
It would solve
starvation?
Nope.
No, but it cannot solve a whole. No, it can't solve.
No, I'm telling you, there's people who don't want help.
It can't solve a whole problem.
I didn't say the whole problem. I said how many would it solve overnight? How many issues? Oh,
as much as I could.
Overnight?
Like if I get my money and
think about it.
Yeah.
Take some food down to wherever.
Think about it. The classes in society, right? You got your lower class, your middle class, your upper class.
Yeah.
Obviously, people that work for pennies, like Carl Jr. and shit like that, like no one can survive off of that income. I don't even know why those jobs exist. Right?
So we can eat
21 and younger.
You don't need a person to make your food. Like you can have a machine do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it would allow a lot of people to focus on things that are purposeful to move forward in life. Like, think about it. Like, since the 1900s, since the first McDonald's, we've had fast food restaurants. Ain't shit changed. They're still paying them a shit wage.
Yeah.
They're still having, like bullshit reasons to pay them an extremely low rate.
Well, the only thing that's changed with those is they have become corporations.
Right.
Corporations have been bought out by people who have more money and more corporations.
So the only way to break the system is to break the money that runs the system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you really think about it. Like, that's why I'm saying that, like, if everyone had $100,000, that would break so much of the system that you have to focus on things that people actually need.
Well, that's the thing. That's and that's the goal for quote unquote them now is to eliminate the middle class. They don't want us here.
They've been trying to do it, but
that's what I mean.
always have a middle class. The higher they
hopefully,
go up in pay,
hopefully we do.
They'll always have
because
a
you know what?
class.
No.
Think India, Bangladesh. Trust me, you will always have a middle class.
But it's not really middle class, dude. It's either
you'll just make the lower class lower.
Yeah, exactly. So it's always the have and have-nots.
Right.
In America,
and in the middle
is only here in America.
So you're saying there's a way to make it the haves and the have-nots and eliminate the middle class?
They want to eliminate.
No, psychology doesn't allow you to eliminate the middle class.
But they want to do that. That's why they want to give
It's impossible.
Well, that's why they want. No, it's not impossible.
Right.
In theory.
So the only way that can happen is slave and master.
Yes.
That's the only way
they want to give you, Travis, here. They want to. You don't have to work.
Right.
Stay home, please. Watch your government funded TV that they give you. It's free. You can watch a quarter of Netflix movies on there as long as it applies to your city.
So paint this picture where there's only two classes and no middle class.
I'm explaining it.
Right.
I'm explaining it. Okay. So you can stay home all day long. You can go to the store once a week. We're going to give you money to go shop and maybe some allowance for some clothes. And you can go to the stores that we tell you to go to.
So what stops that low class from coming together as a community and building a middle class?
It's going to be, they're going to monitor how close you are to people.
What stops the revolution?
That's what I'm saying. Travis, there's going to be, if you do that, that's civil, you're going to cause civil unrest. And that's going to be the issue, and that's going. I'm telling you, that's going to be the problem.
So one of my favorite things
for them,
I bring this
not
up
for
all
us,
the time,
for them.
Human nature does not allow you to suppress ambition. Doesn't allow you to suppress pride. It doesn't allow you to suppress human intuition and ingenuity. It doesn't allow you to. So in order for them to create a master class. Or a class of people that
1 and 2,
you can't do it. It's impossible. You're taking away the subconscious and what makes us human and what makes the drive to even become, the top class and the low class.
But that's what they quote unquote want to do.
It'll never happen. It's impossible. The black market wouldn't even allow it.
And trust me, listen, I watched The Matrix. And that's fucking real life, straight up. They're doing everything from solar dimming, GMOs, vaccines, fluoride in the water, all these things to make you a docile individual.
Yeah, but that's the beauty behind their fuck up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like. Okay, you and me are the same, but yet different in every way, shape, or form. You get what I'm saying? What makes us the same creates our limitation. What makes us different separates our ambition to break our limits.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Those formulas you can't take away.
Yeah.
I don't care what kind of program you present for me, what kind of program you present for your brother. Like, you can't take away what's born with you. You get what I'm saying? So there's always going to be that one guy that figures out a way to break the system. You'll never take away that ambition.
It's not gonna go away completely.
Right.
What it is gonna make people who are leaders of rebellions, that kind of thing. It's the fucking Matrix. I'm telling you, it's the fucking Matrix.
And I believe it. But also, you got to remember with the Matrix, there's levels to the Matrix that people don't really understand. So people see it in your way. There's a machine ran society that controls the humans, and the humans are in this fucking false alternate world. But what you don't understand is there's different false alternate worlds. There's a world within a world within a world, and you think that you have total understanding and knowledge of the world that you're in, But you really don't, because there's another world that has full control of your world.
Yeah.
But what you don't understand is because you're not in that world that controls your world, there's another world that controls that world that controls your world. You feel me?
No, I don't feel you.
No, because you caught on like. So what I'm trying to say is, even the ambitious of the most ambitious are trying to be a master class of that ambitious class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the guy who runs Amazon, what's his name? Jeff. Yes.
Jay. We call him Jay.
Jay, man.
So Jay is in a class
Yeah.
of his own,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But he's really not.
He's not.
He's trying to be in another class.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like,
which he's probably going to be the first one, by the way.
Break away, exactly.
He's going to be the first one.
I'm trying to
Trillionaire.
explain. Yeah, so even trillionaires, amongst other trillionaires, don't consider them equal, even though they're trillionaires. It's like, yo, you have 18 trillion.
Yeah,
I have 32 trillion.
You're 10 years too late, buddy.
You did?
Yeah, you're 10 years too late.
In a way, the only thing that separates them, and this is something that like regular people don't understand, because they're searching for happiness.
Yeah.
They're not searching for wealth status, because they understand that at the end of the day, when you die, who gives a fuck how much money you have? Yeah, your name will ring for a couple hundred years, but yo, this shit's been around for millions of years.
Yeah.
So there's separation in every class. The lower class has the people, yo, you don't even have a roof on your house. I got a roof on my house. That's another class. The middle class, yo, you don't have a fucking dog? I have a dog. I have enough money to feed a fucking dog. And there's another guy say, yo, I have 6 dogs. You know what I'm saying? You can never, ever equate one class and keep them in that class. That human ambition to break that class, no matter what class you're in, will always be around.
And that's why the middle class is so dangerous, because we're independent thinkers.
Because it truly doesn't exist.
No, it does, because we're the independent thinkers that have the drive and the ambitions to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to sit in Bill Gates' seat if it kills me.
What's the difference between the middle class and the lower class?
I guess it would be you don't have money for necessities.
Right.
Like, we can go buy toilet paper right now. We can go buy toothpaste and toothbrushes. We can go buy let me try that shampoo out.
The necessities. Splurge on necessities.
Quote unquote necessities for quote unquote necessities for the middle class is a different necessity from the lower class wanting to and needing to eat or feed their family for that night. If there's no food in the house for that night, there's probably a million other middle class homes that have thrown food out.
If you were lower class and you wanted to go to New York from California, how would you get there? Lower class.
Probably ask for a ride.
Right, but you would get there.
Yeah.
If you were middle class and you wanted to go to New York, how would you get there?
I'd fly.
If you were upper class and you wanted to go to New York, how would you get there?
I'd teleport.
Okay. I was waiting for that. So the point I'm trying to make is we separate the distance and how fast we get there because we're keeping score.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, time doesn't really exist. We both fucking got there. We saw the same concert. We sat at different areas, but we both experienced the same experience. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest difference between them is just how fast you got there. I don't give a fuck if it took me 2 days to get there or 3 days to get there because I drove. I drove with my homies. We had drinks.
You went good time.
Exactly. You went and it took you 5 hours. Yep. You know what I mean? And then the other guy went. It took him an hour and a half because he's in a private jet. But you got to remember that like we both are able to get to that same place.
Different type of journeys.
The time.
So when you get there, it doesn't mean that someone's gonna feel a little different than the one who's.
That's all psychological.
But it's nonetheless just because you say that.
Honestly, if I had a choice on how to get there, I probably dabble in a little of all of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I'm taking a private jet to fucking New York every other fucking month, that's just kind of boring. Yeah. You know, I can't take everybody with me because ain't nobody else making $1 billion like me. And if I was middle class, I can't say, hey, I'm going to New York. How you guys getting there? Oh, well, I can't afford a $600 ticket. All right, well, I guess I'll just take.
That's where that dystopian mentality comes from. You know, be like, you know what, man, fuck these fools. Like, I hope all you guys die. I'm looking for some rich motherfuckers to hang out with. And that's what I'm saying. So they want to make the class just about them.
Right.
And all us, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, hey, man, what's up? You're my homie. Yeah.
Let them die alone and unloved, just like they will.
And God willing, they will.
Oh, it's not God. It's almost a guarantee.
And, hey, if they turn their lives around, fine. But in the meantime.
Heavy is the head that wears a crown. Like, I don't want the crown all the time. It would be nice to sample it. Yeah. Get that feeling. You feel me? Like, everyone wants to be in that situation where they have that game day moment. Yeah. Like, you don't want to win the game every single fucking time.
But those are the
no. You don't want to be the game winner every single time. But
these are
your teammates.
These are the kind of things that give you and me, like anything that we put our hands on. Those are the things that give us hope. Right. And that's what we strive for, and say, hey, even it's a fucking little victory, I fucking still won.
Like, okay, think about the NWA movie story, right? Think about it like this. Christian led the pack, right? Held the light, follow my lead. Boom, boom, boom. That was his fucking moment, right? There'll be a moment where you'll have the moment and you lead your brother like, yo, this is my fucking moment. Yeah. There'll be a moment where I fucking pop out in the situation and it'll be my moment.
Oh,
That's a fair, balanced society. Yeah. Not always does one person have the moment.
But we're all in the same class. If you were Bill Gates and you'd get tired of hanging out with us. Straight up. Seriously.
Yeah, but he can hang out with anyone.
No, he's not. He's a lonely motherfucker. He is. Yeah. If you were in Jeff Bezos' shoes, you would get. I know for me, and keeping it real, I would not be doing the same shit that you guys are doing. Straight up.
What do you think he's doing?
What do you mean?
He's fucking eating. He's watching the same shows we're watching, just on a different TV screen.
But where's he at? Where's he at? Where's fucking Bill Gates right now? In fucking Mexico on his fucking 500-foot yacht.
Bored as fuck.
Lonely as fuck.
Paranoid
like
as fuck.
a motherfucking villain.
I guarantee.
Yeah, of course.
Bro, could you imagine
I sent you guys that picture, right?
Mm-hmm. The level of paranoia you would have if you had that much money. Yeah. Like governments are coming after you. Presidents are coming after you. Security could be coming after you.
But there's a delusion of invincibility. Like,
but that you can have that and be no one. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen people in the hood that literally think they're invisible.
That's part of that human hope. Like, no, I'm not. I will live forever.
Beauty of just, like I don't know.
But at the end of the day, it's not the same. If I was Jeff Bezos, I would say, you know what, fuck you guys. You think I'm gonna be in Riverside anymore? Fuck this, Jack. I'm out.
If there's something that goes down with this planet, if there's a starvation, if there's some food that can't grow or disease going around, we're all as vulnerable as the next person. I don't care what class you are. You could be in your castle, with 16 beautiful blondes.
However,
like some people are right now.
That's cool. But at the end of the day, when the first, if you're on that upper class, you can say, hey, you know what? No, I'm gonna buy all of these fucking beans here, and none of the lower classes getting any. Sorry, I'm gonna keep this 30-year supply, and you guys are fucked.
What you miss out on? The ingenuity of human survival.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? He's storing all the beans. He's storing all the food that he thinks he needs to survive. Mm-hmm. But while he's doing that, we're evolving to survive naturally. You know what I'm saying? That's when we come out with things that helps you survive, like the Irish did with the potato famine, or every other country did when they were.
And that's why I'm so confident in like these trying times that what, hey,
read this letter.
But I'm saying the people need to understand how much power they have, man. Like, you don't. Yeah, you do, man. You do. I do. I know for fucking sure I do. If I went over there and stood in front of the fucking police office or whoever killed him for that dude for 100 days in a row, do you think they would notice me? Fuck yes, they would. And how many many people are in America? 300 million plus?
Shout out to Sean King. They're all fired now.
Yeah, no, they are. But
they should be.
We have, when you unite, there's power. Yeah. That's all it is. Yeah. 2 or 3. It always says that. It says it in the Bible. Yeah. We're 2 or 3 again.
All for one and one for all.
Or okay, 2 or 3.
That was the Goonies.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. 2 or 3 are gathered.
The Goonies.
especially like
it was the Goonies, but I think it came from someone before that.
Somewhere deeper.
One of the Ernest movies.
No. But Michael Jordan said it, and he just read a book that Leonardo DiCaprio was playing. The Man in the Iron Mask.
The
Three Musketeers.
The movie. Yeah, the movie.
The Man in the Iron Mask.
I think it came from that book or something.
Three Musketeers, yeah.
Was that the movie? No, the Man in the Iron Mask was based on the Three Musketeers.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to read up on
D'Artagnan.
The what?
D'Artagnan. That was his homie. Yeah, it was a good movie.
Dude, it's an excellent movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies,
talk about it
because this subject is super heavy.
That's okay. Hey, we got through it, Travis. Thank you. My brother stayed. He was awake. He didn't want to punch me or you.
No, it wasn't.
He's like, what?
Yes, I did.
But he did push you back a little bit.
I saw a movie. It blew my
mind. It
mind.
wasn't too heavy.
So I saw a movie that really blew my mind, and I only see movies like this probably once every 10 years. Just an example, Requiem for a Dream, that was amazing.
Which one?
Requiem for a Dream.
Requiem for a Dream.
Marlon Wayans made a movie that wasn't fucking comedy. It was a dope ass movie. So every 10 years I see a City of God. That was another one. So every 10 years I see a movie that, like, boom, that one fucking movie for my decade. Yeah. So I just recently saw a movie. It was called Les Miserables or whatever.
Les Miserables.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, but it's not what you think it is. It's not that one. Mm-hmm. It's a hood version based in France.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm telling you, it's a hood version based in France. You can find it on Amazon.
Yeah.
How you say it?
Les Incompetents.
That was pretty good. That sounded like some shit. No, say it one more time because I'm gonna.
I got it from Home Alone.
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables.
Miserables. Yeah.
Okay, so I saw this movie. It's called Les Miserables, but it's not based on the book. Yeah. It's 3 cops. 2 are, they grew up in the hood in France.
Oui.
They grew up in the hood in France. They take on this new guy. And they're teaching the new guy how to patrol and maintain order and security in this hood, like a projects. In the projects, there's a mayor, a guy who runs the projects within the projects, who they have communications with, and like legit the mayor. But what they don't give any respect to is the children that live in the hood. Really?
I've seen this movie. It's like the Grinch.
It's what? The Grinch? No.
Cat in the Hat.
No. It's amazing. It's like, honestly, the ending, the movie, the story, the humanity, like what happens is people in our society get so used to a way of running things that they never change it. Because they go through that whole thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Or if it is broke, just keep fixing it the way we've been fixing it. And it points out police brutality. Mm-hmm. And it's so focused on what works that no one ever takes the time to think that, okay, this works, but it's fucked up. The system is fucked up. Yeah. Like, that's where we are right now. And you guys aren't even trying to fix it. You're supposed to be the leaders in society. You're supposed to be the good and what's pushing the city forward, and no one's trying to fix anything. They're just putting Band-Aids on it. Yeah. So the children take control at the end. It's fucking phenomenal.
Like Lord of the Flies.
I
love that movie.
Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn is
fucking, I don't understand.
It's like
where
Lord of the Flies.
Come from?
What do you mean?
Dude, the
Malachi.
Malachi.
Bro, that's the creepiest name on a planet.
That was a dude from Back to the Future when he stole the dance from George McFly.
Yeah. Scram McFly.
I'm cutting it.
If you ever name your child
Malachi.
His is pretty close. His name is Micah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
No, that's mad different.
That's
mad different. Bro.
They still got the Kai.
Scram McFly. Yeah. I'm cutting it.
Bro, that's an evil name. But no, this movie is dope, dude. Like, I watched it, and you know a movie's good when
French?
You want to watch. It is in French.
Oh, Jesus.
Why are all these fucking good movies in subtitles?
That's true. That's true.
But anyways, it's one of the best movies I've seen.
You know, people in other countries make movies too, Travis.
Really?
I always forget about that. I really do. Like, I just
no, seriously. You
no,
think
like
America is like the best movie.
Yeah,
like that long list of movies I gave you guys that I watched like a few weeks ago. Like they're all subtitled movies. It's crazy.
This one,
and I'm dying to watch Parasite again.
Parasite's really. I watched it twice, but not like thoroughly.
Yeah.
I made it all the way up until the scene. It's funny how quick it goes the second time.
I saw the preview and I want to watch it, but I just haven't pulled the trigger.
That one just pull up like seriously like a snack, and a drink, and put your feet up. Don't get on your phone. And watch the movie.
Watch it at night.
Watch it at night.
Don't you have to have those times where I don't need my phone? Let it charge.
Yep.
I've been trying to do that.
So what I did too with and I watched it yesterday was Back to the Future 2.
Oh, it's on Netflix now, huh?
It's on Netflix. 1, 2, and 3.
3's the Western.
Yeah.
You know,
1990.
Quick answered.
It's so offended. He's like, 3's the Western.
No, you see, I looked at you and looked at the mic. 3's the Western.
Yes. How do you not know this?
You know what? Ready Player One. I did watch it.
Oh, I love that movie. It's such a great film.
Man, I wish I loved it better. I wish I loved it. I couldn't get through it.
You know what? Yeah, it is long. But you know what? If you really think about the premise and what the message was that they were sending, it kind of resonated a little different. It's like
to now, right?
It's like take to now. Okay, maybe take like the next 10 years. And then at the 10-year mark in 2030.
It's already our society.
It is. The universe is running shitty and everything pleasant to the eye is social media.
2020, right? It's 2020.
2045.
Describe 1980. Just describe afternoon in your living room with your family, 1980.
Pro wings, Dodger games, short shorts, messed up
TV?
Hair, box TV.
How many channels?
11 at the time.
No internet.
No internet. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's Ready Player One, just 40 years from now. You get what I'm saying? Like literally 2060, Ready Player One. Yeah. Hands down.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I see it coming because
maybe even
VR.
2030.
VR is huge.
VR, but
will be big in another 10 years.
That movie's not that old.
No.
It had like a pinch of social media, dating sites, meeting people in a place that's not in front of you. It is deep, but oh man, I wish it was just too long.
I feel like people were gonna die sooner but live longer.
Yeah,
which is bizarre because that guy's Bill
Gates and Steve Jobs.
Exactly, but at the end, that's right. At the end of the movie, it all came back to the human element, and that's where that'll never leave. We can turn the fucking VR off. Hey, if they want to track me on my phone, I'll go smash this shit, and that's it. Listen, if you're gonna track me down and get me in trouble, hey, cool. But
do it the old school way.
But the human element will never disappear. Like you were saying, the middle class will always be resilient.
Always. And what's more fucked up, and I just realized it right now, we've been, like in the media, in the news, black people with not a lot of money are always portrayed as the bad person.
Yeah.
But in movies, there's always a corporation who's killing people in broad daylight.
Yeah.
No one ever says anything about it. It's like a natural part of life.
Yeah.
It's like if you watch a movie and then like the corporation has a person killed, you're never thinking in the back of your head like, dang, he should go to jail for that. It's just acceptable.
It just happens. It just happens.
Like,
exactly.
Well,
no investigation.
Cold-blooded murder.
No investigation.
No one thinks about it like that. It's like, oh, this company hired an assassin. We think, well, yeah, you should run, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's never like
there's no cops.
That's wrong. Yeah. It's like we're programmed to think that this is
the cops always end up coming and questioning him inside his office.
Exactly.
Like, excuse me, we need to talk to you.
Look at the Iron Man
feet
movies.
Up, like, how can I help you, boys?
I just saw the Iron Man movie where they had Hydra taking over those planes that could like murk people, and like there was a hesitation in the resistance in the operating room when they were trying to launch the planes. They were like, well, if Captain America didn't get on the intercom and was like, yo, if you guys are with us and with freedom, stop these fuckers from destroying the planet. There's like a hesitation.
Yeah.
It's like a natural respect for power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like people just go weak in the knees. It's like, okay, well, this is a new regime that's going to control us. As long as you keep us safe, I don't really give a fuck who you kill. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like ignorance truly is bliss. And it's sad because no one's figured out the formula that's going to
make
everyone even.
That's the Matrix, bro.
I'm
telling you. Yeah.
I don't know. It's heavy, but it's not heavy enough where you can't pick.
Listen, it's so heavy that it's simple. Like it's always good and evil. That's all there is to it. And it's always AI or human. You know, you want to lose yourself and be AI, or you want to be human?
Since RoboCop,
do you want to fight the AI and take our lives back, or do you want to just give up and be symbiotic with these fucking lifeless form? No, not me. Hell no. I'm gonna.
And it's sad because I've been searching for like a positive answer to answer all of it, and at the end of the day, I keep coming back to no matter how we chop it up, it's going to be the same. I was listening to a podcast. It's a Black Panther podcast. Jesus. I gave it a try. I know. No. Hear me out. I gave it a try. It was so angry. I couldn't even make it past the episode.
Damn, maybe I need something like that,
bro. Like it was so. I was like, yo. They were like, we need our own country. Fuck these. We just need to be all black.
Our own country. Like, hello, you guys have your own country.
Oh my god,
you've had your own.
Everyone has.
And I'm not shitting on the Black Panthers. They've done a lot of good shit. What I'm trying to say is,
because I ain't trying to fuck with them. I love you.
If you gave every race its own,
I ain't trying to have no smoke with them.
What I came to the conclusion. What I came to the conclusion of, and this is what I thought. Even if you gave every single race their own country, the same problems will exist.
Of course. All civil.
It happened in India with the color of their skin.
Well, because it's like a well-spoken Indian guy comes to America. You're like, fuck this guy. Yeah. Who the fuck you think you are?
Well, when I go to Mexico, TJ and Rosarito, I'm looked at like,
of course.
Yo,
even if you can speak Spanish.
But by the guys,
what if Travis went to Mexico and he spoke flawless Spanish? He'd have a problem.
Yep. But we're going in there speaking no Spanish.
Yeah.
All the guys, you know how.
Yep.
It's weird.
It is weird.
It's just crazy. It's
but
like
all the girls are looking.
All the issues. All the issues will forever exist.
Oh yeah, chica.
Hey, chica, mommy.
Ven pa acá.
And then
botella.
They're so perverted.
So we're not gonna solve the issues that we built psychologically overnight.
Mommy.
But
chuletas.
Do the whistle again.
Those Mexicans over there, I'll tell you what.
I always wanted to whistle like that.
You can, dude.
There's something else.
Not like that.
It's a different type of whistle. It's like a song. It's like you're serenading them.
See? It makes sense. We got a little rhythm. That's all there is to it.
You're putting him to sleep, rocking my baby.
Yeah. Fucked up world, but it's entertaining.
It's all good, man. Hey,
are we gonna kill this?
We could kill it. Yeah, we got it. We got any more ice in there?
No, go ahead.
I already re-up.
Oh, what? No, I mean, I'll take a little hit.
Yeah, go for it.
I got nothing to do tomorrow. Just kidding, I do.
So what's good that happened to you guys this week so far?
What's good?
What's good?
What is good?
You pay anything forward?
Yep.
You have anything good happen to you?
Never paying it forward, Travis.
Anything good
doesn't pay off. I'm kidding. No, that's not true.
No, man.
I don't really care about the payoff. It doesn't matter about that. Who cares?
This social distancing is becoming closer and closer.
It's pathetic. It's getting very pathetic.
I'm all for it, and I understand listen.
Okay.
I'm all for it, but I understand how people like me need to socialize and be with their family and friends and this and that. Yeah. I'm open.
What do you think that feeling is? Okay. When you quote unquote physical distance or social distance, what is the thing that you're missing? What do you call that? And I'm going to tell you why it's evil.
The intimate.
Evil?
The intimate.
Wow. Keep going.
Of a family member hugging them, holding them, laughing together.
What do you call that? It's called love, bro.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's love.
That's deep. What is this love you speak of?
That's what I'm saying, bro. People are missing the point. They're
we're naturally social creatures.
We're loving creatures, man. That's inbred in us. That's it.
Literally, Mexican dudes have been partying nonstop.
We were. Because they have love, man. They have love. That's it. And you say, and here's the thing too. You look at all this time, and like Mexicans don't give a fuck. You know why? Because they love their fucking families. Yeah. Not to say that white people.
Coronas forever.
Exactly.
Shit,
Hashtag Corona Summer on the back of the Corona bottle. Yeah. But you're missing that love, bro. Yeah. You can't take that away from people. Mm-hmm. If people are sick, if your husband is sick, if your wife is sick, what do you call that? Those wedding vows, the family vows. You're not gonna leave that alone. Like, bro, that's love. You can't tell people, hey, no, you can't.
How many times have you heard the story of someone this is a morbid way of looking at it, but like, let's say you're dying in a hospital, right? Okay. A lot of people literally live longer waiting for that family member to come see them. You know what I mean? That gives them that power, that energy to survive an extra month, an extra 2-3 days, or until they get better. You know what I'm saying? When you have no one that you love, when you have no one that gives you that touch to let you know that you're needed here on this planet right now, fuck, you're gonna pass away.
Or you hear of those old couples who one dies one week and then one next week, because the love is gone.
The only way they were alive that long is because they saw their partner's face the next morning.
Perfect example. My dad again. He passed,
but he was ready.
The twins were pulling up to my house.
Oh, that's right.
And he had literally passed within seconds. Or seconds after they walked in the house, or of him hearing of the twins being there, because your hearing is the last to go.
Exactly.
I would want to assume that he heard some talk. Oh, I'll go get Christian Jacob.
I know he does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did.
I don't know, like, the body.
Like,
I never been through that, but they say a hearing's last to go, and I don't know how far that goes. I don't know. But he passed when the boys pulled up, and or passing. And they
because a lot of times you're not gone. You're still
there.
there.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Just can't
let me give you a little comfort in that. So when one sense disappears, another one gets stronger. He couldn't see for the last 3 weeks or so. Really, he couldn't taste anything. He didn't drink anything. He couldn't feel. I mean, he could feel, but
not as much the last 2 days, bro. No, bro. Like, remember the last 2 days we were trying to move him, and he didn't.
But the last day, he did feel something. But I'm saying, like, his sight went away, his taste went away. His hearing, of course, because.
It's a point already.
So, no.
Oh my God.
No.
It makes me sad to hear.
No.
Oh God,
because maybe like I think it was the day before, we cut his hair and
like
trimmed
shaved
his
him
beard.
up. Like, you know what I mean?
Trimmed him up, and he was able. Poor guy, a hair got caught in his. No, a hair got caught in his throat because we were shaving his beard, and he went
pissed off.
Yeah, like. He wasn't pissed, but you know what I mean, like, but he's there, man. He was there. He was literally like a day or two from being gone.
Your body's just a vessel. You know what I mean? Like, what the battery that no one can discover, like what runs all this
like
shit.
Our immune system.
Exactly. Is what's funny is, like, the way I look at, like, your body is, it's a curse because it keeps you from being as powerful as you really are. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that figure out different ways to control their body 100%.
Yeah.
And they can do amazing things.
Like those divers.
Exactly. Whether it be hold your breath for 10 minutes, whether it be they master these certain things.
Yeah.
Grow your fingernails out for a foot and a half. Guinness Book of Records.
Exactly.
Or eat 30 eggs like Cool Hand Luke.
Exactly. But when you pass, like, all these things that are unnecessary, like, like, there's no reason for you to, like, why do you need to see? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I get how it shuts down or whatever, but like I say all that to say this is that like your consciousness is more powerful than what your body can represent.
Well, here's the thing. If you guys ever you ever seen the
that's why writers are so important.
Well, if you've ever seen that video by what am I saying? What's his name?
Music video or
Eminem? Sorry, I'm blanking right now. The
Pamela Anderson.
It's the one where it says Rockstar. If you know what's his name? KRS-One.
Oh, okay.
So if look up this video tonight, and anybody who's listening,
he's an intelligent.
If you go put up KRS-One Rockstar.
Rockstar, yeah.
He's gonna explain how you don't have to have anything.
Yeah.
As far as sense wise.
Oh yeah.
To understand, like you can hear your own voice without saying a word.
Exactly.
It's all mental, right?
Exactly.
You can remember anything that you want in your mental. You can recall it in a second.
Right.
you can remember if I say rock star right now, you'll remember it in my voice too. If you remember this conversation, if you want to remember this shit. But go look at it. It goes in depth. I don't want to.
KRS-One Rockstar.
KRS-One Rockstar, and it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna be like, you know what? There is actually another thing that we're not taking into consideration, like our dad. So because I know that
Elon Musk neural net. I know you don't like the guy.
I do. I do.
This is the thing.
He's okay now.
Like,
He's okay. He was trolling these guys.
Ever since I was younger, I hated writing. I didn't understand why I hated it.
Like about a subject? Like
no,
for
just
language?
writing, physically writing. I hate fucking writing. Like, if I can have any other system other than writing, I would take it.
Yeah.
Texting, whatever.
Yeah.
I felt like it was so primitive that it made me angry as I wrote. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to write anything other than like a fucking paragraph, like handwrite it,
it's too much.
It's too much. It's so fucking primitive that it's like, it's an art, but it's like drawing a picture. What if every time you wanted to explain how you felt to someone,
and you had to write it? Picture. Oh fuck!
I had to do that.
That's what I feel with writing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's
and googly eyes.
I totally understand how the body can be limited. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like you have so many ways. That's why social media is so addicting, because you can express 1,000 different things in one picture. You can get to your point in a different way.
Well, two thoughts. You have your caption and your picture, and swipe left. Exactly.
Like when we post our little promotions, we'll have a picture, we'll have some music, we'll have some memes, like it explains
a link.
A lot. And with writing, it's so one-dimensional. Yep. It takes away from the whole feeling of something. So that's why I'm so all for the virtual reality, the alternate, parallel fucking way of expressing yourself. Yeah. And something is that's why I'm for AI and technology and all that stuff. Yeah. Because it's a natural integration. Yeah. It's almost like it's not even foreign. It's like something that was taken away from us thousands of years ago, and now it's being reinvented. And I think there'll be new ways of communicating once everything comes like together. So I don't know, man.
That's okay.
All for it.
It's gonna come, but we don't have to. I'm okay with it, but I'm not gonna rely on it. How about
we
that?
don't know yet, bro. We don't know.
But that's what I'm
some things that we have now, maybe not be here. To replace it.
That's okay. I'm not going to rely on that too, because I don't want to lose.
You are.
Like automatic transmission.
I always go back to 1980.
No,
there's no more manual that they sell. Well, they sell it, but it's not promoted. That's taken away.
Yeah. How are you going to say you're not going to rely on it when our first form of advanced communication was a fucking beeper? Think about it. It was a beeper. Hey, let me beep this person to let them know I need you to.
Everything becomes
back.
More than what it initially is.
You're going to rely on
made for. You know.
So how? Okay, where can we go from here? We're going for communication between humans.
I'm glad you asked that. I'm glad you asked that.
I'm not cool with that.
So look at any Star Trek episode where they get their food from that little fucking thing. Yeah. Look at any Star Trek episode. I guarantee you, and you heard this, I guarantee you, 50% of what's real life on that show will be real life here. Whether it be whether it be teleporting, whether it be food that comes from a fucking machine.
They're engineering food. Engineered food for sure.
That's going to be real life.
Yeah.
Boxed
but I already
pizza
know.
Pizza from Back to the Future?
Lunches for schools by one corporation nationally.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They don't want they're making meat. They're going to make lab grown meat.
Meat is just an experiment.
Yeah, but it's gonna be implemented, and
bro,
I'm not gonna rely on that.
Printers that can print a full metal object. Yeah. Why can't they print food?
They can. They do. Well, they were going to.
I'm telling you.
Dude, my twins have a 3D printer. I'm like thinking of all the things I can do. Yeah. Like,
bro,
it's scary. If I'm thinking these things, but someone with a mastermind,
I want one.
Super mastermind. Oh my god.
So I'm telling you, like, I always think that's how I put my life into perspective. We're on Earth such a short amount of. That was gangster. I don't know how you did that. We're
always messing with the mic every time, and every time I look at it, it's like
he has like some beef with the mic, bro.
For real, everything's like,
bro, why you trying to fight everything?
I'm trying to keep myself like focused, man.
No, but like I lost my whole train of thought.
That's awesome.
Okay, so the way I look at it is, if you want to put your life into perspective, what were you birthed into? You know what I'm saying? This planet's going to be around longer than you are.
Yeah.
So I always go to 1980. You know what I'm saying? So 1980, what was available? Tube TVs, fucking buttons that you had to click to change the channel. Now we got Bluetooth, AirPods, all the shit that we thought that was like fucking super like futuristic. It's normal to us now. Like, our AirPods can't connect fast enough, and it only takes 5 seconds to connect.
You ever been somewhere with sucky ass Wi-Fi? Hell
horrible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Want to shoot myself.
Yeah, I want to throw the phone.
But then you gotta date back to 1999 when it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're so unimpressed by the next level that we can't see the next level. You get what I'm saying?
What's going on?
We're so unimpressed by the next level that we can't even see the next level. I'm telling you, 1981 to be exact is when I was born. I remember when beepers went to 3 buttons. The Bravo beepers were 3-button Bravo beepers, and I was like fucking the talk of the town.
You were alive back then?
I was alive with the Star Tax.
Oh my God.
And you know
how
what I mean?
old are you?
I'm older than you. So what I'm saying is, like, literally technology, we've already hit, God damn it, I never can remember this word. It's when technology meets a certain curve.
Plateaued?
No, it's where technology meets the equivalent of the human brain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when this happens.
That word, though.
It's
Yeah, insert that word. No, I feel you. No, I know what you're saying.
No, it's called it's when technology becomes aware or literally creates its own consciousness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we're already at that level.
Yeah.
So everything that you think that can exist, literally already exists because it's available to exist in the imagination of technology. Like, AI has already reached that point. The materials that we're able to ask from AI are already in existence. Right. We just don't have the materials to get. That's why they're trying to go to other planets to just gain more materials. You know what I mean? Like, we don't really know how to make it with the shit that we have here. We need foreign materials, shit that we can manipulate. Like, we need to go outside of our own fucking planet to figure this shit out. I'm guaranteed, bro, in the next like 10, 20 years, 40 years.
It's going to be 10 years. 10 years. Everything is a change.
10 years is going to be to the point where something's going to happen where we're just like, okay, this is fucking beyond my imagination. But it's been doubling every fucking year.
How do we
know
10 years? How do we know?
I say 10 years because technology used to double every the microchip.
Just think about this. So now they have there's a plan to contact every person on Earth. Okay, and they haven't implemented it yet, but there's a plan. So obviously they're thinking, okay, so what do we do after we talk to 7 billion people? How do we get a hold of them? Well, we can probably get a hold of 4 billion people.
Let's give them money.
Yeah, no. So let's entice them and say, hey, we can do this, this, and this, and then in the next 10 years, there's going to be something else to take care of. What say like the chip or a track. Then it's the next phase.
There's always something next.
It's the next phase of after we give them everything. After we know where everybody is, now we can do the next phase. So they already have the next 20 years at least planned, easy. And I know since like 1950 they've had this shit planned. Say, hey, we want to make sure that there's class here and a class here, and that's it. That's all we need. That's just what I believe, dude. In like in the next 20 years, they already have it planned out, especially from today.
Oh, 20 years.
So
10 years would be
so they've already had. Come on, they didn't think about this shit for this year as soon as COVID came out. No, this shit was a blueprint already. They don't come up with this shit this fast. There's no way. There's no one smart enough on this earth that can fucking say, hey, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. It takes years and years of of practice. You know, even coming up with diseases, with a vaccine, with a patent. You know how long it takes to get a patent? Jesus, come on.
Long time.
And these guys already got this shit. Exactly.
But singularity. That's the word I'm looking for. So there's a moment where technology becomes smarter than the human brain. We've surpassed that. Like they thought it would happen further into the future, but technology kept doubling in intelligence and ability so quick that we've already passed a level of singularity. Yeah. If you don't know what singularity is, just Google it. It's fucking scary as fuck. Yeah. It's basically we no longer are smart enough to be smarter than technology. Like we're asking technology to give us the answers because it would take us hundreds of years to come up with the solutions that they're able to do within seconds. You know what I'm saying? This power that technology has and computing power and AI and all this other, like AI isn't just AI. There's different types of AI. There's like stupid AI where you do one like task, like drive a person around in
like
a car.
Microphone.
Exactly. And there's like a different type of AI where you give them free reign to think of
like
anything
like
they
an
want
airplane.
to. Like what?
Like an airplane.
No, Watson.
Watson.
Yes.
Why airplane?
Yeah.
And why?
Because you can put it on autopilot.
Right. But why not though?
So okay. So learning AI is
no answer.
You give it a task. No, I'm
but you can literally push a button, autopilot, and it takes care of all the human shit.
That's one task. What I'm saying
one
is
task. You gotta lift, drag, fucking
so
wind
the airplane
speed.
Isn't gonna be like, oh, okay, well let me.
So
see
we don't.
If I can.
The humans can actually literally go to sleep.
Right.
And there it goes.
Yeah, but that's one task, point A to point B. You know what I'm saying?
But everything in between.
Okay, but there's different types of AI that you literally say, hey, I would like to put a bicycle in my pocket. I can't do it now. What would I need to do in order to put a bicycle that I can ride on in my pocket?
That's some Inspector Gadget shit.
No,
bro.
You think so, but they're working on this right now. I'm not even joking.
A bike in your pocket.
But there's been talks like things like this that are happening to iPhone.
Bro, I'm not joking.
It's scary, is what it is. It's scary.
I know.
It's not scary, but it's interesting.
These are the questions that they're asking AI to figure out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And AI spitting back answers. Like, yeah, what if you use this? What if you do this? And they're giving step-by-step instructions on, well, if you use this type of material and you build this part and this part and this part, you'll be able to break down this part. But they're doing it from a perspective of anything's possible. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of it isn't practical, but they're getting so close to an idea that is practical that just the general way that they're figuring out how to do it is phenomenal. And we're learning from that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. In 10 years, there's some crazy.
I say 10 years. 2030 will probably be like we're gonna go through some shit.
I hope so.
Seriously.
I hope so.
I mean, if we even make it to 2025 without the country burning to the ground,
we'll make it way past that.
Travis, listen.
We'll see.
I hope you're right.
I'm just optimistic. It sucks.
No, I am too.
Yeah.
But I'm also I like to keep it real. I like to keep it real. Because you can't go on.
I forgot I didn't mix that.
Yeah, nice. But there's no way you can continue in this state that we're in right now, continually for year after year, day after day. Yes, there's no way.
The people go nuts. It's gonna be insane.
That's what I mean. So it's either unrest or you're gonna figure something out.
So let me ask you a question.
Oh Jesus!
What if they kept giving? What if they keep giving stimulus checks to every single person?
Yeah.
Per month.
Yeah, they want
so
to.
Every month you get $800. You pay no rent.
Yeah.
Everything's taken over by the government.
Yep.
You go get your food from one grocery store.
Walmart.
There is no
Costco.
We talked about
Walmart, Costco, Target.
Bro, this is not far fetched.
I
This
know.
is going for 2-3 years.
And you're okay with that?
I'm not okay with it, but like you got to think about it. Like you have to survive in whatever scenario it is. In Russia, Same thing happened. All these other countries.
But that's what I'm saying, and that goes back to this. We're the last man standing. That's it. This is it. We're it.
We think we're special.
We are special, Travis.
How are we special?
Because you can say anything you want.
Bro. Well,
you can say whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. You can
change.
You can punch. You can literally punch a cop in the face and still have a trial.
Can you say bomb on a plane?
Yes.
You can't, bro.
Damn, these peanuts are
say
bomb.
Fire in a movie theater?
Damn, this free soda's bomb.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My upgraded seat.
Good point.
Bomb.
You can literally go out on this street right here, throw your pants down and say, "Fucking this fucking pandemic is a hoax. Suck my dick."
True.
And you know what? People will put you on social media and make you fucking famous.
I don't want to be famous.
Example.
What do you think about fame? Like, how do you view fame?
It's a
gift and a curse. Like, how do you view fame?
It's a that's a good question. I would say that no. I would say that it's a state of mind. It's a state of mind for whoever is in the limelight.
How do you view fame?
I don't.
Like, is it
I don't
worth it?
view it.
No, like is it like a trophy? Like a mental trophy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because like
for
all
me,
my
yes.
life, I've like
because everyone's fame is different.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like
you have famous friends in that circle. Be like, hey, this is a famous one in our group.
I like to be the mysterious guy.
Oh no, you're not. Don't worry about it. you're the piece of shit.
we see right through you.
No, like I like to be the guy in a group of people where they don't know a lot about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I like to be that guy. Like that's Travis. No. But like nothing else after that.
But see, it doesn't surprise us anymore. We're like, oh, no, Travis ain't coming.
Yeah, but you guys know what? What are you talking about? First of all,
where's Travis? Oh, he did.
First of all, you think you give me the invite? I didn't get the invite.
This guy.
What invite? I didn't even get the invite. And then what happens with the follow-up invite? Where did the follow-up invite go?
There's no follow-up invite because the invite is the invite.
Like, no, there's always two invites. There's the invite, initial invite.
Okay, you know what? Next time,
save the dates.
And then there's a follow-up invite.
Maybe I need to create a Facebook event.
Oh.
Yeah,
and go to the post office.
What normal people do.
Technology, like that's like
put it like this:
automatic transmission.
My wife tells me
there.
something,
You're going away.
I'll forget it 5 minutes after she tells me. She knows me, so she tells me 3, 4, 5 times. I'm not asking for 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah.
I need the follow-up invite. I forget everything. And it's kind of my fault. It's kind of my fault. He noticed. Kind of.
We circled back all the way, except the 0.5 millimeter where he admits it's his fault.
It's okay.
Because what's funny is, a lot of times I don't show up to places literally because I forgot it was even going on.
Yeah.
Like 100%. I didn't do shit. I don't even know what I did.
If I don't go somewhere, it's because I'm lazy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
I just forgot. I just, I'm pretty sure.
But I am glad that I went to Christian's house the other day.
Oh yeah,
that was great,
awesome, dude.
And I almost because I was like dead tired.
I got to see Jonah.
Yeah.
And he's
AJ.
Old as fuck.
Yeah.
He's
the aging process.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's taking
You got
Jonah?
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
the mustache.
He got the little fireman mustache.
He is the fireman mustache.
This is my look now.
That may be a ticket for a lot of women out there. If you're looking for a fireman with that fireman's mustache, I got a friend for you.
Well, he's off the market.
He's off the market.
Always on the market.
No, he's
off the market.
Is he on?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that mustache.
Are you ever? Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Depends who you ask.
Okay.
Check out his bio. I don't know. No, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Check out his Tinder.
He's off the market.
Send him a
DM.
Off the market. Let's send him a DM. Let's see what he says.
He's off the market, like he's not on the market.
No, he's not available.
Okay,
he is not available.
That makes sense. He's not available, ladies. I'm sorry.
Okay, see, there's your
He's
answer.
off the wagon.
He has a very nice, well manicured mustache.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like Hitler.
Oh, wow. No, it doesn't. Bro.
Yeah, it's very coiffed.
No, coiffed.
Damn, Jonah.
No, we love you, Jonah. It was great.
He doesn't listen anyway.
I ain't say nothing, Jonah.
I know he doesn't listen.
Not today.
After the TB episode,
he'll turn in for 10 minutes and call it a wrap. That's cool. That's all good.
Anyways,
we have nothing good to say anyway.
I kind of want to. Well, he doesn't have time to play Warzone anymore.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I gotta go back to work. It's been like 10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
You mean we could have knocked out like 3 podcasts in that time and you didn't say anything?
We need to double. Hey, honestly, we need to double up on some shit.
Yeah, well.
And I know it's been like way.
Hey, you know what we should do? And this is a great idea.
What's up?
Listen, we need to go hit a fucking local business right now and do a podcast from there, especially now while it's hot. And everybody needs to go to wherever we're at and just fucking support them. I think that's what we should do. We should do a 2-parter.
Kind of like the pizza.
Seriously.
Got the perfect idea.
We need to do a 2-part.
We could do something like that.
2-part, and we're gonna fucking shut them out because they deserve it.
You know how they do speed dating?
No.
Okay, so
I seen it.
No, I just had a brilliant idea.
I never heard of that. I mean, never knew what it was about.
Speed interviews.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone that shows up,
whoever's walking.
Speed interviews. Sit down.
I'll have to ask him questions and get him out of there quick because
I know, because
you ask him questions. I'll get him out quick.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Trav will just be making sure that they get out there quick. Next.
No. Like I never heard that go down.
Yeah,
but that would be kind of fun because you never know what you're.
As long as they can sit in.
People be
but
engaged.
I'm gonna roast them and we're gonna engage them.
You can't roast our followers and viewers.
I'll engage.
Well, they're not followers yet if they haven't heard.
I'll
of
engage them.
Good point.
No, but I think we need to do that.
It would be like
I think we need to do that. But
as soon as something pops open,
everything's open now.
What?
Everything's open.
Everything's not open.
Everything's open in Riverside County. Everything's open, buddy.
Are you like sit down open?
Absolutely.
That's not true.
Absolutely,
bro. I've been going to an ungodly amount of fast food restaurants, and they are not open. Popeyes is not open for sit down and eat. You can take it and go.
Yeah.
What about bars?
Bars are not open yet.
Okay.
Well, bars only.
They are?
Bars only are not open.
Where?
Bars only? No.
Bars only.
There's a green thing on your hat.
It's a praying mantis.
Yes. Flip it. You see it? Oh, dude, this is a fresh ass hat.
Aphid, dude.
A what?
It's an aphid.
What's an aphid?
He's harmless. He eats plants.
Sounds like a shirt size.
Plant eater.
You remember Bug's Life?
Bug's Life? No. Hated that movie. It was a stupid.
Okay, you know what? I gotta go.
Stupid fucking movie.
Bug's Life.
With when he taught him the lesson with the this is the ants. A little acorn comes down.
I'm thinking
That's
ants.
so stupid.
No,
Ants.
Bug's Life.
Scottie Pippen looks like an ant on the movie, huh?
Oh yeah. He can go either one. He can be in Bug's Life or Ants.
I get something out. Scottie Pippen, dude, he did some very suspect things in that documentary.
The only thing he didn't do
a lot of shit like bowing out of games
was getting a bigger contract.
Yeah, he's not.
No, he got paid at the end of the day.
Negative.
Anyway, Scotty will always be Scotty.
Rest in peace, Scotty.
Different, dude. He's different.
Yeah, rest in peace.
He's very emotional.
That's too bad.
Rest in peace to Scotty's career. Hey, you know what? Let's get out of here, man. Let's keep it.
I'm spending the night.
Spin a night. I'm gonna spend a night.
I'm just spending the night.
So let's do that, man. I think that's a great idea.
Yes. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
And as Travis would say, peace. As Christian